Welcome to week 19 of Shadowguard, where we murder them all in the filth of the city. It's exciting. So I don't.
Aaron's been chanting "murder them all" since we started this call, guys. It's
Yeah,
really
basically
really weird.
That is the goal. You gotta put the fear of God in them, and by God I mean
I fear no man.
That's good because I'm a god. So,
Sure.
so yeah, welcome. I don't really have any announcements except for the fact that I'm kind of still working on my Monster Hunter thing. I got at least some weapon rules and armor rules finally going on. But Charlie, what do you got?
A couple things. In Twitch, our new emote went through. You get the little crit TVs now at the base level. So yeah, all of you that have been subbing, you got a new little crit TV emote. We didn't get a chance to talk about it in between sessions, which stinks because I wanted to, but we are doing the crit system now. I think this should call it. There we go. You can spend your points to force us to crit fail or critical hit. Last time someone bought it to cause a monster to critical hit. I do not think we're going to allow them to keep working that way. You can only cause one of the player's rolls to change, if that makes sense. Beyond that, Space Case, our Stars Without Number stream and podcast, has changed times, and it will be tonight now, right after the show, or soon after the show, 11 p.m. So take a little break, get yourself a sandwich, and then come right back.
Nice. Very nice. Cool. Anybody else in the group have any random announcements they wish to announce? Awesome. Okay, so let's just kind of get right back into it. Like Charlie said, we have the critical hit or fail for the group. If you don't want them to, if you want them to fail, if you want them to succeed, feel free to spend those points. Other than that, let's go ahead and introduce the characters once again really quick. I'll do a really fast recap, and we'll get right back into the sewers and see how it goes. So, Magnus, describe your character and how you're feeling about the situation at the moment.
I play Magnus Munch. Magnus is a gnomish necromancer, although he's a goodly necromancer. I'm not evil. I'm just interested in dead bodies, and more so bringing the dead back to life, but I want to use it for good. I want to apply it to science because I'm a former mortician. I kind of had an accident when I was a mortician, so I'm working to rectify that. But more than anything, just want to know more about vampires because my accident that got me kicked out of my hometown had a lot to do with what I think was a vampire. So Magnus is excited to be in the sewers, weirdly excited. Like he's always excited to be in weird places when no one else is, and happy to hopefully find a vampire. So yeah.
Awesome. All right, Luke, describe your character, how you're feeling, and all the stuff.
Oh god, Luke Warmortar, the halfling artificer extraordinaire, creator of many things, destroyer of people and other things, raider of stores and people's belongings. Feels kind of not happy about being in the shitty ass sewer with nobody else except his teammates that can help. He'll manage.
There's occasional rat and stuff like that.
The posse that joined, but they don't love me no more.
Nope, they were not willing to go into the sewer with you. We'll
Nope.
celebrate you with you afterwards, but going in, screw that. Elle, how is your character feeling, and maybe describe her a little bit?
Elle Clark is excited about getting to the vampire and learning more about the vampire, but is slightly distracted with the thought of her elf lover Valna, who is currently in Whiteborough. So she also wants to get this done quickly so she can go back to her.
So I have a question for you. What do you think, what is the imagery you have of what's happening to Valna right
now? Well, I'm hoping that she's just chilling in a nice bedroom, sipping on some great wine and all. But,
that's exactly what's happening.
But I'm sure that she's probably not being treated very well and is basically being held captive.
Okay. Well, we'll find out eventually.
So, can I describe what I imagine Valna's going through? You know that part in The Princess Bride. I think is it Billy Crystal that like plays the weird little witch doctor man? He's like got him tied to the machine and he's like stretching him out, electrifying him. He's like, now tell me how did 2 make you feel? And like writing it down on a piece of paper. That's what I imagine.
I love it. That would definitely be Magnus's view of that. All right, and Glad, describe your character and how you're feeling.
I'm feeling pretty anxious. We're finally back on the trail of my main goal. Back in the sewers where I fought it once before. So, I'm excited to get it done. I'm a little annoyed we're, pulling back for the time being, but...
Mm-hmm. So, and we will go through just a quick recap. Obviously, I'm a Melwind. I play everybody else. They're all awesome compared to the group. That's how it works. No. So...
NPC Quest, the best RPG on the internet.
So, how the kind of a quick recap of the group. You guys arrived in Davenport after a 2-week journey, fighting some different creatures off, assisting in another town. The creature has been up and running once again, hunting and killing in the town after Glad's last bout with them about a month ago. After some clue hunting and whatnot, you had a lead going into the sewers, where Vivian, at least described in her journal that Manus you read, is where she's been kind of searching for the creature to no avail. And you received a key from Izzy, who is an herbalist who is trying to care for some young children, which turns out that child is a vampire that you all murdered last session. That poor child.
He was turning into a vampire. We had to murder him.
Yeah, he only turned into a vampire because somebody had to check to see if he was becoming a vampire.
No, don't even talking about it. It was always a vampire. But yes, the child died. Izzy screamed as you guys all like walked and kind of scurried away, leaving a nice letter going, "You have been served. You're welcome." Shadowguard.
That's right. I served her official Shadowguard papers. I was like, guess what? I'm legally allowed to murder this child. Here, bye.
Yes.
Have a great day. Please come again.
So yeah, then after that, you took the key that you got from her and decided to go venture into the sewers prior to tonight's festivities, where you have all agreed to join in a what's the word I'm looking for here? Like a small
brawl.
Yeah, brawl.
An extravaganza.
A little small
a pit fight.
tournament.
A pit fight.
Yeah, pit fight, basically. A tournament where there's no hold bars. You can use magic and weapons and everything. But the only rule is no death.
It's not a fight to the death though. It's just pride fighting.
It is. You might fall unconscious, but they'll bring you right back. So that's in roughly about 4 or 5 hours from now. It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon as it stands while you guys are down inside the sewers. You ventured through a old ruined black market or thieves den at one point in time, fighting off these little squiggly, squishy gray leech things that were attempting to suck the blood out of you. Mostly
little lamprey babies.
Yeah, kind of in a sense. And you actually destroyed in like a gooey egg sack that was slowly like pushing more and more of them out. And they mostly fed on what was it? Rudyard? What's his name?
Rudyard.
I was close. I was close.
You were close.
Better than I've done. But yeah, so they mainly fed on Rudyard to no avail. But you continued on past that a little bit further in, where you sent Rudyard ahead after determining these spores these yellow spores are spraying up into the air, which both Glad and El you were able to fight off. And then at the very end of that hallway, you came across a body. You drug the body back with Rudyard to a safety spot that you felt. Inspector, it was a female drow in chainmail armor who had an amulet on her.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Which, see, the amulet is... Where is it? I had the description about 2 seconds ago, and I feel like I just lost it.
The drow? The sword?
No, so it's the drow, but she has an amulet, like a specific amulet you took, Magnus.
That's right. Yeah. I wrote it in my character sheet. Let me see what I described.
It's an unclad female drow with long, like silvery hair, dancing before a full moon, with like a large silver sword.
That's what's on the pendant.
That's what's on the pendant.
So it's like a picture of her almost with her own sword.
Kind of in a sense, this drow itself has short hair. So maybe
might be a different drow.
It might be a different drow, possibly. Yes.
Doesn't you can't cut your hair either?
That's true. It could or could not be. And in that same point, as you all kind of were looking around at things, Glod actually is the one who spotted a slight bluish glint in the sludge water next to the pathway you were in, where I believe I don't remember who walked into the sludge.
I think I reached down into the water with my unseen servant
yes.
spell and pulled it out.
Your servant pulled it out and threw it up. A large greatsword came out. It is opalesque, so it has a like bluish tint to it. It is made of a gem. It is not a steel or bone type of greatsword. It's very finely crafted. That you all gave to El after Luke identified it. And El, you cannot attune to it until you are able to spend some time under the moonlight, which does not really exist in a sewer, sadly. So, but for now, you have a really cool looking, fat, greatsword that's on your back.
I thought it was in the bag because we were going to store it.
Oh, did you put it in the bag?
Mm-hmm.
We did.
It's in the bag so it doesn't get lost. So,
Pretty
you
much.
are at the end of this hallway in the sewers, and there is, in front of you, it is blocked off. Like, you see a grate that's like it's horizontal, vertical bars both ways, wrought iron, and the pathway seems to be blocked. There was, to the south, you guys would recall, another pathway that would have gone to the east, and then it would have curved back up to the north, back the other way you came.
So there's a door in our way.
There is just a grate in your way, because it's a small, like, 5-foot tube in front of you, basically.
To the north there's a grate where the hallway ends?
Yeah, and there's like a little bit of water like pouring out of it and down and into the sewer pipe you're in right now.
Okay.
Can I open said tool pipe with my tool of many things?
Tool of many No, I don't think a tool of many things. Like, there's no lock on it. It's literally just bars.
Yeah, it's a tool of many things. Like a, bolt cutter?
You don't have a bolt cutter.
I'm sorry, do bolt cutters exist as
No,
some sort of
that
tool
is
set?
not. That is not like
Metalworking?
No.
Anything? Right, fine, I'll just bust out the saw attachment and start sawing through it.
So Luke is looking through his like.
Saw is woodworking! It's woodworking!
Okay, so you're gonna pull out a saw and you're gonna slowly cut through each bar. Go ahead and give me athletics.
Yeah, unless I got some hot sauce. Hot sauce I can just eat through the bars.
You have no hot sauce. Give me athletics.
Damn.
All right, yeah. So you're going and you're cutting and you're like, and you guys are watching Luke. He's just going at it for a couple like minutes, just, and then you stop Luke, and you're about 1/4 of an inch into the bar that is about 2 inches thick. And you already thought you were like be almost through it by this point.
So I don't think this idea is gonna work anymore, guys.
It's going to take a very, very long time.
So, Dungeon Master, you said there was water dripping from above.
There is like, yeah, there's little small like pipes that are probably roughly like 2 inches in diameter that are like dripping down.
So not gnome small.
No, they're like small. They're probably like a bathroom tube from above. You know, pipes that lead down and they just down into the water itself. Or probably as you're thinking about that, literally it's just like feces falls from the sky and it plops down in the water. A little bit almost sprays into you. It's terrifying.
So yeah, I don't know what to do. Magnus kind of turns to the others like, should we circle back or?
We went up, like...
So I will move your characters back a bit here so you get an idea of kind of what's behind you.
Like there was a... Okay.
Yeah, so if you see right here, there is... You, as you see on the side, if you guys walk back, you can see on the side a mark drawing from Luke that points an arrow down to the south. Right. And then there is a pathway to your east that you have not gone to, which the water coming from the north curves, and both the water from the north and south at this point hit there, and they both go east. It has a slight slant.
I'm not going in front.
Are we still in the same spot here?
You're basically back at like right before you, like where you took a short rest at, is roughly where you're at right now.
So we went like over the yellow mold stuff and came back.
Basically, you went to the yellow mole and you came back this way, and this is where you're like at. You have not gone east yet. So, if you guys want to give a marching order, we can do that.
I was gonna say, is Rudyard still alive? Can we put him in front?
Rudyard is still alive.
Oh yeah.
Barely.
Did I try and mend him? I feel like I did, right?
You did. It was a we did some kind of medicine roll that because you're a mortician, we let it happen.
Yeah. Hit points 5. Yeah, so he's not at full hit points. He's still pretty badly hurt, but he's walking around.
Yeah, it was. If you roll a medicine check on a 1 to like 14, you heal him for a 1d4. If it's a 1 or a 15 to 20, it was a 1d6, and if it was a 20 or higher, it was a 1d8. That's how we were doing it.
Right. That's right. So Rudyard's alive. Yeah, I'll send him out front. I don't mind.
So it's Rudyard, and then before it was, I believe it was Glad, then Magnus, then L, and then Luke.
Well, Magnus was either on the ceiling or behind me. I thought.
Oh, you know what? We have it on, I know exactly. It was Rudyard, Glad, Magnus, L, and yeah, I mean, yes, Magnus was on the ceiling at one point. You do have your spider climb still active at the moment, Magnus. From last session, it has not been an hour. It's only been probably about 15 minutes since you've used it.
Okay.
But if we look at the entrance of the map, it has your marching order.
So I'm still gonna try to walk on the ceiling with spider climb as much as possible if it's over, like 10 feet.
Sure, and at this point, it's still at 15-foot tall ceiling. This one has a slight slant to it. That's kind of where you guys are at.
So yeah, I'm on the ceiling, mostly looking for those slug things on the ceiling, like watching my feet to make sure those things aren't gonna pop out and drop on the party below. I'll let them look out for things on the floor.
Okay. And L, oh no, who has the torch now? I can't. Oh, Rudyard had the torch. You casted light on his forehead, like a miner's lamp. That's how you had it.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so you continue on. As you reach the end of this hallway, roughly it's like maybe a minute or two to walk that distance. This is much bigger than what it shows on the map. You hit another area where the water continues to rush downwards at a slightly steeper slant. As you continue to move north, you eventually come to a point where the water starts pouring down, and you see a walkway in front of you into a large room.
Ooh.
Yes, so as you step into the room, you see you're on. Think of I want to try this. You are on the top floor, has a balcony looking down into the lower part of the sewer. This was made at some point. On the right side of the map, you see a staircase leading down to that floor, and then ahead of you, or down below ahead of you, you see a doorway. And the water continues to pool down into there.
I'm letting somebody else go.
I mean, Rudyard was in the front.
What do you guys do? So, give you
maybe you should tell Rudyard to go.
I'll give you guys a slightly better idea of how this looks.
Yeah, so describe it to me a little more, maybe then
sure.
I can.
So so you're walking through your stone with a stone tunnel, and it shrinks down on the sides but still stays tall. And you come to a spot where the water in a 5-foot space hits a waterfall, but literally maybe more than 3 to 4 inches past that is a wooden walkway. It's a balcony. In a sense, it's not a patio, but it's
catwalk.
A catwalk would be a great word for it. Where it goes north and hits a wall, and on that wall there's old, rotten boxes and barrels. And then to the right of you, there is a 10-foot walkway that leads to a set of stairs that lead down to the floor below.
Do we? Okay, I see. So this like drops down to a lower area, and we can walk out across it, or choose to go down below
Well,
and check it out.
You can either like, use the top to like scout and see if you see anything in the room if you wanted to in that sense. But yeah, it eventually just hits a wall. About,
Right. Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
30 feet across.
Well, I mean, I'm spider climbing on the ceiling, like just like like walking along the ceiling. So I'm gonna cross the room
Okay.
out over the waterfall and the catwalk and look down to the lower level where the stairs circle around, like get a vantage point where I can see down what's at the bottom of the
Why
stairs.
don't you give me sure. The ceiling itself starts to like angle downwards towards the next area, but you're about halfway in. You're wide out in the open, but in a high enough area where nothing could touch you if it was, unless it had some kind of, you know, dangerous climbing of walls.
Right, or some really crazy reach or something.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
what do you want me
give
to
a perception
check?
check. Don't give me take advantage because you have a really good advantage.
Okay,
Perception.
advantage on perception.
Yeah.
Here we go. A double crit. Oh my god. Well, now I'm gonna roll ones for the rest of the
All right.
session.
So Magnus, you're looking around and you walk a little bit here and there to try to get, like see under the staircase, under the catwalk, at different angles here and there, and you spy two bodies under the staircase that seem to be like hunched over. It's dark, so it's kind of like you don't really get a view exactly what they are.
Mhm.
And you might hear that, like, at one point you maybe hear a slight, like, groan, and just maybe like a menacing, like, growl, like, very quiet, very, like, they're just waiting for something.
And I see him like right over the ledge.
They're under the stairs. So here, I'll show
Okay.
I'll show you a map here.
So there's no way I could have Rudyard elbow drop them from the ledge above, is what you're telling me.
Correct. They're under the catwalk.
Yeah, got you. Okay.
Okay.
Dang it, because I wanted him to be like, "Gah!" from the
So
stairs.
I'm gonna drag you guys here. There's an L. Here is a Magnus. Magnus, you're like here.
Wait, are we down?
I'll move you
Oh, I
guys in a
see.
second. So it's there. You guys are all in the area behind this, so you're not here. But yeah, so you're all in here. Rudyard would be. Let's grab him. Rudyard would be something like this. So you guys are actually on the wall because you're inside the area. Rudyard would probably be the one stepping out. And the ones you see, Magnus, are right there. Check. See, right under the staircase there.
Are they moving at all from what I can tell?
They're like huddled under there, like hiding. But they're like behind a couple little boxes, like they're trying to hide.
With that perception check, can I recognize what they are? Do they seem like humans or ghouls, possibly? Because we have run
They
into ghouls.
They are a humanoid shape. I don't know necessarily if you could tell because it is dark, so you only have like you only see grayscale.
I'm gonna point at Rudyard's head and like whip my finger across the room and pull the light from his forehead to right where they're sitting, illuminate the area they're in, like bright. And as I do it, I'm gonna say, "There's someone on the stairs!" and like whip my light across the room.
Okay, give me a half second. I'll get us some light here, and then we will probably roll initiative.
All right.
I gotta go into dynamic lighting page here.
I mean, if they dwell in the sewer, I figure I have a pretty good chance of them being day blind.
20. All players see light. Sight. That light up for you guys? I thought it lit up.
I mean, I already see the light from Rudyard.
Oh, I just I hate when it's up. All players can see it. I don't know. Good enough. Okay. Oh yeah, it looks okay. It looks a little bit more lit up. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let me reset the thing here. I will describe the creatures you see, and then we will go from there. Okay, so the two creatures that you reveal hunched over Magnus have white hair.
Sure.
I don't hear any music. You guys hear music?
No, it stopped. There we go. Now I can see it's going.
Okay. All right. So the creature that you see It has on like studded leather armor with skulls on both of its sides. They look humanoid, white, like just pure white hair. It with almost like it has flesh, but it's pale and just like stuck to the bones. As they bulk it up and just and then get ready to move. Luke, El, Glad, you're all right at the edge of the hallway, along with Rudyard, who's just outside on it. And let's roll initiative and see what happens.
All right.
Magnus, would you give me a... I would say probably Arcana check. No.
Arcana.
Yeah, Arcana would be fine.
Nope.
Let's see if you recognize them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you probably recognize what they are. You recognize them as whites.
They're whites, right? Yeah, okay,
Yes.
that's what I thought.
There's 2 whites.
Magnus is like, they're definitely undead. Be careful. Don't use poison. And like I yell from the ceiling.
Okay. So I have rolled. Who are we missing? 1, 2. Nobody. All right, let's do this. So they go first.
Of course they do.
All right. So one comes out and looks up at you. Magnus just hits it, just, and then like turns to run and climb or run up the stairs. So they step out. So 5. It's heavy terrain through there. So 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So they literally go and run up and around and up and look at you. And then they aren't stupid. So this one sees the rest of the group and he takes the dodge action. Whereas the other one takes a step over and looks at you through the boxes, pulls out a longbow, and takes a shot at you.
Come at me, motherfucker.
Oh, it whispered it, but the chat sees it, and it's a 22.
A 22?
22.
Okay.
It hits you for 5 piercing.
I think, can I proc my shield? No, it wouldn't
I don't
help.
think it would help you.
Alright, how much damage?
5. And that is their entire turn.
Awesome.
Elle is gonna. Would I have to go all the way around Rudyard to get over there?
Technically, yes, Rudyard's in the way, so you would have to go around him.
Okay.
Yeah, because Glide would be in front of you. Technically, it would be more like Luke is 1 square. Like Glide is where Luke's at. So it's something like this is roughly what it is. But you're all behind. You're right behind where Glad is at. So where you're at is fine.
Okay. So I can go like this. Ta-da. And use my greatsword.
Okay, that one actually is under. I need to
Oh,
let me
it
find a
is?
marker.
I
Let me find a
didn't
marker
notice.
for that one. Yeah, sorry. That one was under. The other one is above. If you
Real
wanna-
quick, does the walkway go like this way?
No, it literally just ends right where it ends.
Oh, I see. This is the catwalk you're talking about. here.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, I get you. And the water goes underneath here.
Correct. You can kind of
I
see like
see.
the waves that are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can see it.
Makes sense now.
So this one is under. I'm just gonna have him with a thing, so that way you guys know that one's below right now. But if you want to redo what you were doing, you are more than welcome to start over.
So this one is still like on top of the stairs.
This one's on the stairs right there. Yeah, the one at the stairs is is above. One right next to you right now is below.
I couldn't make it. I guess I could dash. I can dash and attack, right?
Yeah, you can cunning action and do that.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna dash to here,
Okay.
and then use my greatsword.
Okay, so there's
Oh,
nothing
damn.
in... Nice rolls. So you get your sneak attack because there's nothing else in melee with you, technically. As you crush into the creature. Okay, dealing 22 damage to it. Man. Okay.
I'll just stay here.
Okay, you stay there. As Glad, you are up.
So, if I go, over in this area, would I
Mhm.
be able to shoot that bottom guy?
You'd have disadvantage on the attack, but other than that, yeah, you could hit him. Because he's hiding behind cover right now. Under
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna run around our Zombo friend and
Okay.
shoot the guy on the stairs.
You're on the stairs, okay.
Casting Hunter's Mark first.
Okay. Right, Hunter's marked.
And then first shot,
16 hits.
for 11
11.
damage.
Alright, and it cries out in pain as it like grabs the arrow and snaps it.
And another shot right after.
Right,
For
for
six
6 also hits. Alright, it is not looking so good. Oh wait, it has disadvantage on these attacks, I forgot. Either way, they still both hit, so it doesn't make a difference. Because he took the dodge action. Yeah, you guys didn't miss at all.
And that ends my turn.
Okay. Magnus, you are up.
Right on. I don't know if you saw my little thing about the turn marker reset.
Ah, yeah, I'll do that right now.
That's a handy trick I learned like a week or two ago. You can reset it with the new one. So Magnus's turn. Magnus is up on the ceiling with his spider climb and is going to bust a... I think I don't have a ton of damage spells. I'm gonna do a chromatic orb, and my damage type will be
It's a disadvantage because... Oh wait, which one are you attacking?
the one up top.
It's a disadvantage because he has, he took a dodge action.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Bastard. That's all right. I'll still do it. So I'm just gonna have to I didn't actually use this. Oh, it's not auto spell slot tracking. I just noticed.
Weird.
Huh. Anyway, that's okay. It's still a hit, right?
Yeah, it still hits with no problem.
And I'm gonna make that be fire damage. So Magnus like releases a bubble of fire out of his hand, like blip 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 across the room and pops on him.
Oh, right.
Oh, it did track my spell slots. Okay, cool.
Okay. Oh, it's when you click the damage. Interesting.
When I click the damage, yeah, weird.
That's weird. Oh yeah, it hits with no problem for 9 damage, as it just incinerates when the orb hits him, and he just bursts into flames and ash.
Nice. Did that kill him?
It killed him.
Sweet. So one thing I always forget to freaking do as a necromancer, and I actually took damage this battle. At second level, you gain the ability to reap life energy from the creatures you kill with your spells. Once per turn, when you kill or move kill one or more creatures with a spell at first level or higher, you gain hit points equal to twice the spell's level. So chromatic orb is what, a level 1?
Yep.
So I get 2 hit points back.
Boom.
Necromancy, yes. And that's... Oh, I also get to move Rudyard. And Rudyard is going to move... He can only move 20.
Right.
I'm gonna have Rudyard dash. Oops, my path got a little messed up. I'm gonna have Rudyard dash to the bottom of the stairs like that.
Okay, so Rudder goes running down.
And that's my turn.
Okay. So, as your turn ends, before you get a chance to go, Luke, the white just kind of like speaks out, and you hear some responses back from further down the doorway behind you, Magnus.
We hear more. No,
You hear some responses, yeah, back through that doorway.
this down in the water here.
Correct.
Oh shit.
Luke, it is now your turn.
So, do I also hear this coming down?
Yeah, you
the
all hear
hallway?
this. Everybody hears this.
Alright, I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 25? Move here, ready in action to attack anything that comes out of the tunnel.
All right, so first you come out, you're just gonna shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, it's now the one under's turn. It turns and looks at Rudyard and it tries speaking to him really quick, like, "Get him!" And obviously Rudyard does not answer. And it looks at you, and just, and it looks at you.
Is he speaking in common or like undead?
He's like
language?
speaking undead. He's trying to like command undead, like with the that kind of language.
Magnus just cackles from the ceiling, like.
And he turns and looks at you with just anger in his eyes. They glow red. He shoots his longbow twice because I realized that it was actually supposed to be twice and not once.
Multi-attack at me, bleh.
And an
All right.
11.
The 15, I would like to proc my reaction for my shield spell, if that's okay.
Okay. Yeah. So it shields and it deflects off and it just curses at you in a language you can't understand, but you know it was not a very nice thing.
Like Magnus laughs, and then like as soon as he starts shooting me, Magnus is like an "oh shit" look on his face, and like holds his shield out from his hand, like a white kind of barrier pops around him for a second.
Yeah. So you hear running down the doorway ahead of you, but nothing comes into view for a couple seconds, and that's when you walk in to zombies. So one zombie walks in, you get your shot, Luke.
Oh, shit!
21 hits for 19 damage. You blow through a good third of the zombie. One of its arms is completely missing, most of its torso, but it's still like staggering forwards. Like its spine is still intact, so it's still to keep its upper body up, but it's not looking too good. As it walks in and looks around it, and then it moves towards Rudyard.
Reloading.
Oh, zombie on zombie action. Magnus is rock hard.
Yeah, it takes its one good arm and just swings it into Rudyard. 12? Why is it whisper? Why is this one whisper?
We're actually in round 2, right?
Yeah, we're only in round 2. I tried fixing the round and didn't reset.
Did you exclamation point TM reset 2? All spaces between everything.
Yes, I did. I
Huh.
copied it exactly and didn't reset.
Did you have the quotes around it
Nope.
still possibly?
Try it
I
again.
don't know then.
Oh wait, okay, now it's a I hate you, you stupid machine. I tried it earlier. I was like, nah, I don't feel like doing it. So
Sorry.
a 12, which hits for 7 bludgeoning. I think so. It shouldn't whisper again. Which I need Rudyard to make me a Constitution saving throw, a DC 12.
Okay.
Rip Redger.
It's hard to like. I want to get a different zombie token for him because he's hard to discern from these other zombies.
He's got
in
a
the same-
nameplate. Yeah, I'll turn off his nameplate.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't turn off his nameplate. That makes it
No,
even harder.
I'm turning off their nameplate.
Oh, I can't see their nameplates. Only you can.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
He failed his
He
constitution.
failed. Yeah, it's Rudyard. Finally, after going through all the spores and all the battles with those stupid leeches, collapses as his head gets caved in by this other zombie.
Okay, Rudyard, you did well. Goodbye.
As this one comes walking in and just walks forward and just starts like eating Rudyard. Its turn ends as L, you're up.
Can I like go down to here and then just go left and to the other zombie?
You can go
Like-
down. You can attack them. Yeah, easy. Oh, you want to go for the one down below, under? So it is. I mean, you could hop over the rail, but I would need you to give me an acrobatics check.
But there's no rail.
There's a rail.
There's no rail.
There's a rail. That's all. It's a DC 10 acrobatics check for you to like hop over it to ignore. You will put you in attack of opportunity range of the one zombie as you go down for the white. If you do that.
Oh man. Okay.
And what's the chances I'm going to crit you when you try to run away from it? Well,
Alright, I'll just make the acrobatics check.
Okay.
That's nice. I'm.
So, Ellie, you go to hop over, and your foot gets caught between two of the banisters, and you like hop, and it looks really graceful for about 2 seconds. As you then like flip, and your face is you kind of go over, but the rest of your lower body doesn't. You just like flip, and your face slams into the board, and then it releases. You topple over. You're knocked prone onto the ground. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
So I'm like here.
Yeah, and you're knocked prone. So you use half your movement, which is 15 feet, to get back up, and then you can continue to move. Which you have 5 feet of movement left.
I can I dash and get up? Is that a thing?
You can dash afterwards if you want. Like right now, you can get up, and you still have 5 feet of movement left. So you can then dash and go wherever you want.
But I moved already.
But you've only moved 5. You've only moved technically 10 feet. So you still have like 20 feet left. Get up, it's 15 feet, and then to move, you still have 5 more to move.
You can technically split your move into 2.
Yeah, you can move, attack, move. You can do all sorts of things. So right now, you get up. You have 5 feet of movement.
But if I'm here now, wouldn't that be 15 feet? Because I started at this back corner. Means I already used 15.
No, because you can go at an angle, diagonal right there. So you diagonal to hop over it, which is 10.
That's not. No, I wanted to go to the bottom of the stairs
You
and then
are.
just walk off the side. That's
No,
why.
you're walking
That's
up.
why
No,
I did
there's
that.
still a banister on the whole side all the way down.
You make my life so hard.
No, I don't. You have 5 feet of movement right now. Deal with it and do your stuff. Or
I
else.
get up, I move there, I use my goddamn greatsword.
Okay. You hit. In this case, I forgot to mention it prior to, but you hit it and it doesn't do nearly as much as you thought it would. But you still do a crap ton of damage. So you do 21. Half of that is 10. So we round down. Okay. Yeah. You slice into it and just looks and just. You still have your bonus action. Oh, and attack of opportunity from the zombie. 22. You take 4 bludgeoning as the zombie hits you on your back as you charge towards the light. So you're gonna stay there. You're not gonna take distant. Or I guess there's probably nothing else to do. It's probably your best bet. Okay. Glad. What do you do?
So, I'm gonna run up to the rail and move my hunter's mark onto this one right here.
Okay. Let me move that on over. That one has not taken any damage yet. The one next to it, north of it, it looks extremely weak.
Yeah.
Like it's missing half its torso. Alright, so I'm assuming you shoot the one with the hunter's mark?
Yep.
Alright, it takes 9
For
damage.
9 damage.
Okay.
And then another shot.
12 does not hit. Wait, it does hit. It's a zombie. So yeah, for another 6. It now has 2 arrows in it, and it's trying to move its arms, but it seems like the arrow is like lodged in its bones, preventing it from moving it completely. And it's bleeding this
And that'll do it.
weird goo. Magnus, you are up.
So Magnus is going to cast Animate Dead on Rudyard's corpse. For my last level 3 spell slot, Rudyard rises back from the ground, like just stands back up all clumsy.
Alright, at 22 HP. Yeah, Rudyard stands back. He is alive once again.
Hey, is that a minute casting time on that?
It is a minute cast time, actually.
Oh, it is a minute. You're right.
Rudyard falls back down.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm not gonna cast that then. I will
Right.
do. I think what I'm going to do instead is probably just another chromatic orb. Just keep it simple. And this is aimed at the one down here is still underneath, right?
Yeah, it would still be a disadvantage on that one.
Can I walk to the wall 15 feet and get a better angle? Does that help or no?
It's because he's hiding behind like crates and stuff down
Behind
there.
boxes?
Also. Right. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it at disadvantage. That's fine. One more time with that.
12 does not hit.
Damn it. All right, that's it.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it hits the box and it explodes. I think at least one of the boxes gets destroyed. As Luke,
Nice.
you are up.
Do I know where the white is exactly?
You saw Elle hop off the ledge, smack her face, get up, and then go and just swing. And you heard a cry of like pain and anger from under the catwalk.
Can I probably figure out where it is below me?
An exact spot? No, I don't really think you
Yeah,
can.
just based on when I just like peek over the edge, can I see where Elle is
You could see Elle, but you wouldn't be able
and
to
which
see
direction she's facing?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go where I think it is, and I'm going to shoot through the floor because why the fuck not?
Alright, you will have disadvantage on the attack. That'll be the only thing. Because you're
I
technically
think it
attacking.
should also.
You're
I should
technically
think
attacking
aiming
blind.
check. But would it
What? I
also be a?
Repeat that.
He's attacking with disadvantage as you shoot through the floor.
Wouldn't it also be a surprise at the same time? Wouldn't it cancel out?
You are technically hidden. Okay, I'll go with that argument. You're technically hidden from it. No, because it's not a perfectly solid wood. There are cracks and creaks, and he would see you as you're walking. You can hear the steps, so no, it's a disadvantage for you.
All right.
14 still hits.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
So yeah, you shoot once, Luke, down through it, and like you put it right up against the wood, so it blows a hole in the wood, only about yay wide. And there's splinters all over. There's just wood hitting you, Elle, as it looks up, and then you just look. You kind of like pull the gun away for a second, look, and you see you miss it. You just aim, pull down again, pull the trigger, and yeah, just a gout of thunder and lightning just envelop this white, dealing 19 damage to it. Actually, I must move so I can actually find it.
I'm shitting on this white.
It does
I reload,
not
by the way.
look that good after that attack.
I'm drawing the hole that he shot in the floor.
Is that what, okay? As it's now its turn. Okay, so it drops its bow, Elle, and it takes its hand and reaches for your head and grab onto it. Let's make this roll. Let me shoot some of this stuff. 16. Okay, it does hit Elle. Elle, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
You
Elle is
fail.
in danger.
Elle, you take 3 necrotic damage, and your maximum HP is reduced by 3 until you take a long rest. Okay, so that is going to run a blank here. Yeah, so you're low, 3 HP lower. Make sure you mark where your maximum HP is at, Elle. I think there's actually maybe a setting in your character
There was
sheet
a crit bot.
that allows you to. There was a crit,
Yeah, someone bought a crit.
but I
For
thought
who?
one because I thought you stated that it wasn't for monsters anymore.
Yeah, you can't use it for monsters. That's why I'm wondering who he bought it for.
The
Falsarius.
save.
Faust, just clarify what you're using it for so we know. I think really the only thing would have been Luke's attack.
Yeah, which is already a hit, but he may want to turn into a crit. So let's see real fast.
Let's clarify really fast. Otherwise, all series you can save yours for a point when you want to use it on the player.
Also, the Great Hail, Nick. thank
Oh,
you
for the save.
for the football giveaway.
Okay, so Elle, you do not. Your maximum HP is not decreased.
Nice.
Very nice. I hate you.
So Falsarius bought Elle a critical on the Constitution save, so she got a 20 on that, and doesn't take any damage. Or
No,
doesn't
she still
take any
takes the
hit
3
point
necrotic
doesn't take
damage.
any hit point damage.
Yeah, your maximum does not get reduced.
Thank you, Falsarius.
Yeah, and it looks, it grabs and it damage. You feel the like your skin around where its hand was at. You like retract is like necrotic and like decaying. on like right next to your hair. Some of your hair is falling out right there. As from the other hallway, gotta do this for a second. Another one comes running into the room, and it goes to here, and it looks around, takes a step back, and kind of hides around the corner of it. Like, nah, we're gonna wait a second. He can't get close enough. And that is their turn. Is now the two zombies' turn. They see this one sees you, Elle, so it comes running up. This one attacked you before, and it tries to attack you from behind as you're fighting off the white. 10. It swings. You dodge out of the way of it. As the other one looks and sees you, Luke, and goes running up the stairs.
Wait, am I staying on a hole?
Right. It goes to there. It cannot reach you. No, you're not on the hole, Luke. You're right. So actually, it does reach you. And it makes a slam attack against you. A 15.
15 AC.
All right, it hits. You take 3 bludgeoning damage as it comes up and just hits you across the face. And that ends their turn. Elle, you are up. Must move again.
So she's still in front of.
You're still right in front. There's a zombie behind you, and there is a white in front of you.
I'm gonna go for the white again
Okay.
and use my greatsword.
Okay. You hit. You do not get your stink attack because there is a creature within 5 feet of you. So you deal 11, which is halved. It's not magical. As you swing into it. You still have your bonus action. You still have your movement. What do you do?
I am going to disengage.
Okay.
And then go here.
Okay. So you disengage from both of them, and run back, and you're under Glod, prepared for whatever comes towards you. Glod, you are up, sir.
So, I'm gonna fire at the one I've got 100 marked, of course.
Makes sense. An 11 hits, dealing 16.
16 damage.
Yeah, you just hits the back of his head, and goes right through the front of his eyes, or between his eyes, and it just falls to the ground and collapses and dies.
And then I can see the white in the door, right?
Yeah, you can see him. You probably have the view. I think Elle, you also have view of it, and you also see the one zombie attacking Luke right now. Also,
Yeah. I'm gonna move my 100 mark to this guy,
okay.
and then attack him.
19 hits for 8. Very nicely done. Okay,
And that will end my turn.
which is actually you don't have a magic bow.
Is that your hunter's mark added already into the damage?
It's added on the other one, the first attack.
So
I
it's
see,
the
I
first
see.
attack around that it deals the damage.
I forgot you get 2 attacks now, like a badass.
Okay, Magnus, you're up.
Okay, Magnus is going to ready a spell for the doorway.
Okay.
If that little fucker pokes his head back through.
There is still the white also under the deck.
I think as soon as any of them become completely visible to me,
Okay. So when
I
either
know,
one
the-
comes visible to you, you're going to take an attack at it.
mainly the door.
Okay. What?
I don't know. Everyone's focusing on the door. Maybe I should just, you know what? Let's just end this now. Instead, Magnus is going to try it. He's going to magic missile the one underneath.
Okay.
Level 1. So he shoots 3 missiles out, and he goes, magic missile! His like blue and pink missiles shoot out of his fingertip.
Dealing
And he-
7 damage.
Yep.
It is not dead, but there's now 3 holes in its chest.
Nice. That's my turn.
Luke, you are up. There's a zombie right next to you just pummeling at you, swinging his fist wildly with half a body.
This is one I damaged earlier, right? I'm gonna take the risk and just try to blow the rest of it away.
Okay.
With the hand cannon.
Okay, it's a disadvantage. So you go to shoot and you have the perfect shot and his fist comes out knocking the
I got a
gun.
1.
It rolled a 1 again.
The hell that shit work?
Yeah. You re-roll a 1 and then if you get a 1, you get the next roll. You don't get to continue to roll ones if you roll ones. So So yeah, it shoots, it slams your gun down and you shoot the floor between the two of you, put another little hole in the ground. You still have your movement. What do you do?
Well, I guess I'll move over here.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
Okay. It is now the white's turn. So the one from the hallway steps out first. It sees you, Al, and it comes charging forward. It pulls out its long sword, and it will make 2 attacks. It's actually once with its long sword. I rolled a 21. It's still one-handed. So you take 9 slashing damage as it slashes into you, and then it reaches with its other hand and grabs your head once again. And it rolls a 6, or I rolled a 20, so it hits you. So you take 9 from the longsword, and you take 6 from the life drain. I need you to give me another Constitution saving throw. All right, you do not lose the HP. You just take the 6 necrotic, and that's it. But your maximum stays as it is. The other one, Magnus, after you hit it, it looks up at you, pulls out its picks its longbow up, and takes 2 shots at you. First one's a 10, and then a 23. So Magnus, you take 5 piercing damage as an arrow pierces into you, and the other one clatters off the ceiling. And it keeps
5.
Yep, 5.
All right.
It is now the zombie's turn. Is going to swing at you, Luke. Missing you. It's still expecting to be where you used to be. As its turn ends, it is now your turn to L.
I'm just gonna try and hit the one right there in front of me
Okay.
with my great sword.
Okay. With no problem, you get your sneak attack this time, slicing through it. You deal half damage, so you deal 9 damage to it. As you cut into its armor, rending it. Okay. You still have your bonus action, your movement. If you want, you can try climbing up one of the rails. You just have to give me a athletics check. It would be a DC 12. Obviously, you have to disengage along with that as your bonus action.
Sure, I can disengage and try and climb up.
Okay. If you fail, you'll fall and you'll be on your ass. So you'll still be able to get back up possibly, but you know, make the athletics roll.
That means I need to do at least 12, right?
12 or higher.
Also, if you fall in poo-poo water, so it's good that you rolled well.
So if you rolled a
My
1,
athletics is an
technically it's a
11.
fail. Yeah. So I think if you would have rolled. So yeah, I forgot how high your strength was. Rogues, mix it up. So you can climb up. It's 10 feet up, so it's 10 feet of movement to climb up of it, and now 15 to be in the space you're at.
That's cool. That's it.
Wait, Glad, it is your turn.
Time to shoot more stuff.
It's a good choice.
The best choice.
An 11 does not hit.
Time to miss more stuff.
I like this plan. An 11 does not hit. Okay. You do anything else? No. Magnus.
Anyway.
All right, so the guy on the floor right below me is who Glad is doing damage with, right?
Correct. That's the one he's aiming for. It does not. It has one like slash through its armor, And that's about all it's got.
Did somebody kill the zombie in front of me?
No, it's still alive. Why is it got the...
Hmm.
why is that next? That's because the...
Oh. That explains why my thing's shit.
I think Magnus is going to... He's going to like start swirling his hand as like a blue orb kind of forms in the air in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to shout out, Ray of Frost! And like shoot a blue ray out of the orb at the one underneath.
Okay.
That's almost dead.
Okay, it's a disadvantage then, so you need to give me another roll. 25 hits.
10 damage.
cold. Yeah, just enough. Like, it had 9. So it blasts through the last like crate it was hiding behind and just obliterates the crate. It hits it as it looks at you and starts to move forward, pulling out like aiming an arrow at you, and then it begins to freeze from the feet up, and then takes one step and just collapses and just shatters.
Nice. Fuck yeah. I love being a wizard, just shooting all kinds of crazy magic out of my fingers.
Okay, Luke, you're up. There's still a zombie in front of you.
Okay, wasn't there a white in front of me too? Oh,
No,
that's a
the
different one.
white's dead. It would that white was
I'm just
dead.
gonna-
The zombie's alive.
I'm just gonna smash it with my mace.
Okay.
It's on my belt. Just kind of go. "Rah!"
Okay. 14 is enough for 4 damage. Yeah, you just you knock its jaw off. It goes flying in the air, and it collapses to the ground, dead.
Thank God. All right. I guess. Can I kick it down the stairs so I don't have to use heavy terrain next turn?
There's 2 of them on top of each
Say-
other at the moment.
Can I just push them both down the stairs and just forego the
It would
movement
be,
for
it would
next
be an
turn?
action to do that, so no.
Instead of taking a movement to go over them, just be like, and that'll be my movement for the turn. No. Alright, I guess I go over them.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20. And oh, my turn.
Okay, as your turn ends, the white looks up at Elle climbing up and just looks around, sees you walking down the stairs, Luke, and charges towards you.
Of course it would. Why wouldn't it?
You're the easiest target at this point.
It's fine if I die. I don't
So
care.
it's same thing. It takes his long sword, slices across you, and then grabs your shoulder with its hand. Look at 17.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a shield or reaction you want to use? If you have shield, I don't know if you do or not.
I don't have shield.
Okay.
I wish I could use shield on my teammates, because I would.
As you take 9 slashing damage as it cuts across you, and then it grabs you with its hand. 7 as you dodge out of the way of the hand, and it misses you. And that is
Oh, fucking necrotic, man.
that's its turn. Elle, you are up.
I'm gonna shoot it with my bow. That would be fine with those 2 right there, right?
Yeah, you're not gonna hit
I'm
anything.
assuming it's taller.
You're perfectly okay.
Okay. I'll use my longbow.
22 hits. Luke is within melee range, so you do get your sneak attack. Deal 22 half to 11. It is now looking winded as you hit it right in its lung, through its back.
I'm
else?
gonna go around God. To...
Do you say anything to God as you run by him?
Just run.
Okay.
I'll go here.
Okay, so you run around, getting a different vantage point. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
You want to try to hide? Is there a bonus action?
What would that do?
It'll give you an advantage on your next attack because if a creature can't see you, stealth works.
Oh,
Also, if it doesn't know where you are, it's not going to attack you.
okay. I
You're
can
Up
try
above, so you like duck down. Go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
Haha.
It sees you. You're like hide, like instead of like ducking down and like getting low to the ground, you like hide behind one of like the little pillars in the banister, and it's literally just blocking like your arm.
Hmm.
So
Stands behind a 2-inch wide beam.
basically, Glad, you're up. It's undead.
So-
Right, sorry.
I'm gonna try to shoot my old friend here again. There we go.
Okay. Okay, for a 19, it takes 6 because that's full damage because it's magic, and then it takes 6 piercing. It is still up.
Does it take partial damage from my magic bow?
Is your bow magic or is it?
It's a
Plus one bow.
Then it takes full damage.
Yeah.
Add that extra 7. Okay, it is barely holding on, Glad. It's staggering, wavering in front of Luke. 18. Yeah, it raises its sword up towards you, Luke, and you're ready to swing down as it just gets hit in the side and gets sent slammed against, or flying and slams against the wall, and you just collapses to the ground dead. As you...
Does it feel like there's anything else threatening in the vicinity?
No, as you all kind of look around, all you hear is the running sewer water
Yeah.
traveling to the north at a slight angle.
Awesome. Who has that mega super awesome health potion?
That would be me. Are you hurt?
Yes.
Let's see.
Quite a bit, actually.
Are you diseased?
Technically, yes. I am necrotic.
No,
I don't think that's
no,
a
no,
disease.
you're not.
That's magic. Is it magical?
You didn't take the necrotic damage. It missed you.
I have HP gone from the previous session.
Oh, from the previous session, yeah, from the little guys.
So the elixir of health only cures. Let's see. It cures diseases: blinded, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned. That's it.
It would not cure that. You would
But-
still-
Magnus would offer you just a normal health potion if you wanted it, because he does have 3 left.
it looks quite winded too.
Anyone
will-
need a little drought of healing? And, like Magnus pulls out 2 vials as he like walks
You
down
know-
the wall back to the floor.
You know, you got that staff there, right?
Oh yes, we can do that as well. Hold on, and Magnus like ka-chink, like plants it in the water.
Okay, I'm assuming Glad's not in it because he doesn't get any HP. So the 3 of you, Manish, you're missing how much health right now?
I am missing 5 points of HP.
I show you missing more than that.
I have 26 out of
34.
Did you just change it? It was 29.
I didn't touch it. I just opened it up. That's all I did.
That's weird. I saw it like change right in front of me.
Hmm.
That's fine. I don't know. How many times did I take damage? Only the once, right?
No, I hit you twice. I hit
Okay, then
you.
that's-
I hit you 10
that's
twice,
probably-
and you healed for 2. So you
Oh, you know what though? I did kill one guy with a level 1 magic missile.
Which you
or
healed
with
for
a-
2, which would have been you took 8 damage, which is accurate.
No, that was for a different spell. That was
Oh,
for a
no, the
different
magic
spell.
missile didn't kill him. What'd you
Chill
kill?
Touch did.
Ray of Frost is what killed him.
That's right. So I get
Which
1
is-
HP back for that too.
Okay, so you would have. So
27.
you're missing 7 HP right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So 7 for you. L's missing a lot, so you can get the 7 back for yourself, Magnus, and then everybody else. So both L and Luke add 7 to your HP, and that would be a total of
21.
21. So there's still
Feeling-
9 points left.
Feeling better, but not quite there.
I mean, both you and L look the same. So I mean, you could split if you want. You could split 4 to one of them, Magnus, and 5 to the other.
If that's how y'all want to do it, you can split the last 9 hit points however you want. Like Magnus explains, like whoever stays in this small circle around the staff underneath the rain, because it like when I plant it, like a little cloud comes over her head and rain sprinkles down and heals you. So yeah, one of you can take 5, one of you can take 4 hit points for the last 9 hit points of my
Who's
healing
taking
staff.
what?
I can take 4.
Luke, you get 5. L gets 4.
Sweet, and I'm full as well.
Excellent. I take a shot from the flask.
shift you guys on over here. Okay. So the one over here doesn't exist. I forgot to block it off. This is your doorway right here on the map. So.
Oh, you know what?
Mhm.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm in a retcon. I should actually be still at 31 hit points. I didn't read the Grim Harvesting all the way. It makes sense. It doesn't work with undead.
Okay.
I mean, that makes sense. You can't steal life force from... Someone else mentioned that in chat earlier, and then I was like, oh yeah, that is kind of weird.
Okay. So, you are down below this little pathway here. The map is slightly different than what you guys just fought in, but deal with it.
Close enough.
As there is a path, another tunnel leading to the north. The tunnel here shrinks back down, Magnus, to 10 feet tall.
Okay. I think my spider climb is probably about out at this point anyway.
I feel like, honestly, you probably still have about 20 minutes left. Because you've only gone, you used it when you left there, so...
I have cast it twice since we've been in the sewers.
Correct, but I don't think it's been an hour since you fought the little creep, the Giggy.
Sure, but I think even so, it's getting. First of all, it's less than it's about 10 feet high, so I don't think he wants to be in the ceiling. But also, like, he knows it's gonna end soon. Magnus doesn't want to be trapped on the ceiling when it does run out in case some shit goes down. You know what I mean? So.
More importantly, does Magnus bring Rudyard back?
I do have one level 3 spell slot left.
But you do realize, Magnus, you do have a combat coming up later on tonight.
I mean, I only have that one spell slot. I would think I'd rather have Rudyard. If he survives this, he'll be at the combat with me. You know what I mean?
True,
so,
he would be.
Yeah, Magnus is gonna ask everyone, like, do you mind if I just take a few minutes before we travel on and raise ourselves a new undead servant?
Go for it. You seem to do good enough.
All right, great. Now all of you just take a load off for a minute.
Can
And, like,
do.
Magnus like drags. I don't think he's gonna take Rudyard. If one of the other zombies looks in better condition.
All the whites look probably in better condition at this point.
Yeah. So I'll drag one of them like to like a spot on the deck and like pull out a piece of chalk and start drawing runes in a circle around it. As I'm like reading from my spell book and like sketching these runes on the floor and like lighting incenses and stuff. And after 10 minutes, I like raise it up and I'm like, behold, Rudyard 2.0.
Okay, yeah. And Rudyard has appeared. So, do anybody else want to do anything else in this room before you guys head off and continue on your journey?
I don't know how else to heal. Like, I feel like I'm kind of fine
Potions.
with how much I have, but
There's potions. You guys just took a short rest, and you are on very limited time. And who knows what might come up ahead before you get a chance to use it. I mean, it's up to you guys.
How many hit points do you have left, Jazzy?
I have 32 of 48, which makes me think I like should be fine, but it's still a good chunk of it.
Magnus will like come over to Elle and be like, yeah, I know you seem like you're feeling a little better, but take this just in case. And like out from like the my wizard sleeve, I like pull the potion vial and like hand it to her. So I'll give her a potion of healing.
Yeah.
And now I have 2 left.
Okay. If you're gonna use it right now, you heal for 2d4 plus 2.
Do I roll that?
Yeah. If you want to quaff it, drink it.
Should I?
I think so. I would.
Okay.
Out of character, my suggestion would be yes, just in case. Never hurts. I have more too, just in case.
5. Okay, so you heal for 5 more HP as you continue on. So, after dealing with the whites, continue your journey further into the lower passage of the sewers. Your footsteps begin to fade in the background as you guys walk for another 5 minutes or so, as you start to hear in front of you the sound of crashing water. What do you do?
We hear the sound of crashing.
It sounds like the water's like roaring up ahead.
Sounds like the stream really picks up ahead.
Maybe we should see back into higher ground just to be safe. Or it's the ocean.
Is this one big tunnel in front of
It's
us?
a 10-foot tunnel. On the left side of you is like water traveling through, and then on the right side is like the walkway you guys are walking right now.
So, Al, I think you should just run up there real quick and come back and tell us.
Why me?
Because you know you're tall and you move faster, and we all do that.
You are a lot
Oh.
bigger and stronger than both of us.
Yeah.
Not that we're not big, because we're huge. And like I side glance at Luke, like trying not to offend him.
I suppose I could go forward.
I'll send Rudyard with you. You can have him out in front.
There you go. Hey, the girl.
Okay. I'm assuming you're going stealthy, Elle?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't want Rudyard to come, because he'll definitely break your stealth, I can hold him back.
Yeah, I'll just go by myself. That's, yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Go on
What's the worst?
roll me a stealth roll. 23. Okay. So, Elle, you continue down the passageway. And when you get about 60 feet out or so, you realize that you can't see anything ahead of you because you don't have dark vision. And
I would have given her the lamp. Feeling.
Oh, so you're gonna give her the lamp?
Oh hell yeah!
Okay. So you, I guess, pop the lamp, which is gonna kind of affect your stealth in a dark area as you're walking.
Down and 5 foot.
So I mean, it would only be very like minimal amount of seeing. You're trying to say she's covered. So you can go forward with the lantern and light to see ahead. Like you can hold it ahead of you. It's gonna make it a lot easier to spot you, or no matter how stealthy you're trying to be, because there's a bright light and dark sewer. As you continue on for a bit, maybe another 600 to 700 feet ahead of you, the noise gets louder when you come to a T intersection. So the sewage to your left is now cascading down like a waterfall into the area below. As you shine the light, you just see a large pool of water in about a 20-foot square. On both sides of you see tiny ledges that are no more than 4 to 5 inches wide that extend out roughly 5 feet above the tunnel you're in. And in front of you is a ruined wooden bridge that once stood strong. It looks like it's recently collapsed, preventing you from moving to the north. And then when you look to your west, you see another passage, but there's no like pathway to it. It just seems where water's just like sewer water's running, cascading there also. And that's what you see ahead of you.
You said there was where does it split off to?
So you have a T section going straight. There's a place in front of you. There was a bridge. You can see like parts of it broken and scattered all in front of you. That looks like it was recently broken. And then it's a T section. So on your left, there is like another passageway that way, but there's no like easy way to get to it.
It's like up high or like
it's like the same.
out?
It's like the same height, and the water's pulling down from where you're at, Elle. From the other side, where the other part of the bridge is, like everything's pulling down below into this 20-foot like cubicle area below you, is where all the water, like the sewage water's pooling.
And what was to the right? It was collapsed. You
So
said
to the right, it's just a wall. So and then about 5 feet above, there are like a 4 or 5 inch like little ledge that sticks out from the wall as the ceiling itself curves into a dome.
I guess I just look around a little to see if anything is in like the general area, so then I can go back to the group and see how they want to get to either side. Because both ways, I can't really go either way, can I?
No, you're kind of stuck here at the spot.
Yeah.
So basically what I described to you is what you see, unless you're looking for something specific, and I can have you roll for it. Otherwise, you can go back to the group and kind of fill them in on what I just told you.
I mean, can I do like an investigation or something to see if there's anything around?
It's more of what are you looking for. I don't really know necessarily unless you get the group. I can't really give you like a flat answer. I'm kind of giving you everything I got unless you're looking for something specific. You can go back to the group and ask them.
Okay, I'll go back to the group.
Takes you maybe a minute to get back to them. You guys all see the light coming towards you as she's traveling back. You arrive.
Here comes Elle. And like when she walks in, I'm like, Rudyard, wave. And he's like, So what did you find, Elle?
Yeah, fine.
It seems that it's... I don't want to call it a dead end. It's just I personally couldn't get anywhere else, but there's a bridge that's broken and another area with a lot of water coming from it. Question mark.
What's on the other side of the bridge?
It's another tunnel that leads. You can kind of see at least a little ways with the lantern. It leads north a little bit further and then curves off to the right.
Let's go across that bridge there. I have an idea to help keep safe.
An idea to what?
Keep us safe so we don't fall through the bridge over there, and you know how.
Sure.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So let's go over there, and then you want me to explain how?
Sure, you're trying to cut out for some reason.
Yeah, can you turn your sensitivity more sensitive real quick, Luke?
I probably cannot.
Well, in Discord.
In Discord, yeah, your sensitivity, like your... If you hit user settings and then go to voice and video.
Hold on. Alright, there we go. Cool. Okay. So what I plan to do, Aaron, is to tie a rope around each person.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll have like a hook that we hook onto the side, because it's a rope bridge with like the things at the bottom, right?
Well, everything's like it's collapsed and broken apart. It was a wooden bridge.
Yeah, it was broken in the middle, right?
Yeah, it's all shattered.
So you could still walk across.
No,
it's a collapsed
whole
bridge.
middle's missing.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. We can get around this with rope.
Yeah. So you get that, and you see it. You see the broken bridge. You see a passway, another tunnel to the left at the same height, and there's those little 4 to 5 inch ledges, a little taller than both you and Magnus and Glenn.
You know what would make this really good is this as I dig into the bag and dig out. Would the general store have a grappling hook?
I think reasonably you might have a grappling hook.
Yes, I dig out a grappling hook. It's like, I got that there, and I throw it to the other side trying to catch on something.
Okay. You want to?
While he does this, can I spider climb up on the ceiling and down to the other side of the bridge?
You could, yeah. So you go on the side of it, you curve up and around, and you are on the other side of the bridge. Luke, would you give me you're gonna throw. Give me an athletics throw. Check.
Wouldn't it be dex because it's throwing?
I feel like it's strength to get it across the way.
But it's the nimbleness to accurately throw it.
I knew it was coming. I was ready for it. You're trying to argue. Well, what skill do you think is going to use for that?
Well, I'm using a grappling hook, right? I want to be able to catch on something, so that requires accuracy over just brute strength.
But acrobatics doesn't work for that. What skill do you think would work for that?
Dex, standard dex.
Give me athletics with a dexterity roll.
In the player's handbook, it does say you can switch the ability out for any of the skills. So
athletics,
it could be an athletics dexterity. Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do.
Is there a way I could just magically roll it as something different? Or just
if you're proficient in athletics, then just roll a
Just add your +3 to whatever you just rolled.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not proficient in athletics. That's
so
why
just roll dex. Just roll dex then.
All right, I just rolled dex.
17. Okay, yeah. I think it's you wind it up, you throw it across. Magnus, you're already over. You're kind of watching it happen. And you clink. It goes past and clinks onto a stone piece of
After it hooks in, Magnus is gonna like kick it real hard to make sure it like the teeth like sink into whatever it's caught onto, just to make sure it's like secure.
Okay, so yeah, you secure the rope.
And then he's gonna like shout across like, "It seems pretty secure."
That's wonderful there. So, Aaron, what I do is I tie the other end off.
Okay.
I take a hook or my bag or whatever, or like a cloth, and I like hook it or like scrap it around, and start crawling across.
You're gonna zip line,
He's gonna
crawl.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like crawl safely across.
It's a little bit. It's
Safety harnessing myself to that rope.
I think it's pretty far. Yeah.
We have our very own tiny male Laura Croft.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's Ace Ventura 2, the intro part all over again.
And
Alright,
I'm saving a raccoon,
Give me another
baby.
athletics roll.
Yeah, do you have a raccoon?
I'll give you athletic. Like,
Just a DC 10.
15.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you make it across with no problem, Luke. L or Glad, you go next.
I'm a big girl.
Who goes next, L or Glad? So,
I'll go.
Okay. So how are you shimmying across? How are you getting across this rope that's tied?
I think very slowly and carefully climbing, because I've had poor luck with ropes in the past.
Same thing. Give me an athletics roll. It's a DC 10.
Good luck.
5.
Falling to your death.
So
I said I have bad luck with
Glad's
ropes.
going slow. It's another rope incident. Glad is going quite slow across. And you're taking your time trying to be careful with it, but you don't realize how tired your arms are getting as you get about halfway there. And you all watch as Glad's like feet slip like from the rope, and he's now dangling in the middle of this like 20-foot drop. What do the rest of you do?
Man, why can't your beard save you now, Claude? Sorry, go ahead,
Quick,
Luke.
tie your beard to the rope.
Yeah, let your hands go over the rope so you can tie it. Do it. That's a genius idea.
It is a genius idea.
So, let me ask you about the way. So, there's no way I'm gonna get Rudyard across this anyway.
I think you can command Rudyard to climb across.
You think he's got the dexterity to climb?
It's strength for grabbing it, so I think there's a chance.
Not if he's tightrope walking.
But either way, Glad's fingers are starting to slip on the rope.
I don't think I've sent Glad across yet. I'm still having him wait.
Well, we had Glad roll for his.
Or not Glad. I mean Rudyard. I'm sorry.
Right, Rudyard has not gone across yet.
How far away is he from us right now, Aaron?
It's a 20-foot gap, so he's 10 feet from both sides.
Can I? Sorry, go ahead, Luke.
I'm gonna try to make a lasso real quick with the other rope I have in my bag because I have a lot of rope.
Okay. You're gonna try to lasso him.
God, it sounds like these that I wish I had Mage Hand. Just Mage Hand the lasso out over him.
Okay, so Luke's you quickly form a lasso as Glad's fingers start to slip further and further. Elle, what are you doing?
Currently looking in my Dungeoneer's pack to see if I have anything.
You're rummaging
like-
through. All right, Luke, you formed your lasso. You're swinging it around. Just give me a dexterity check.
Roll high, roll high, roll high, roll high, roll high, roll high, roll high. It's 15.
Okay, so and it gets right around Glad, but how he's sitting, you get around his neck.
That's fine.
It goes over his head, and now it's on his neck.
He's got a beard. He'll be fine.
He falls off and just
Okay, so
bye bye.
Just tuck your
This is-
chin in.
Turned into a hanging very quickly.
Well, this is how Glad dies. Everybody.
okay, so Glad's fingers are starting to slip. Elle, you look through your pack. Did you find anything that you can use?
I have more rope. I could try and make another lasso and just hold him from both sides.
So just to be clear,
We're gonna try to corner him.
the first lasso did not work, is what we're saying.
It's around him. It's just around his neck.
I mean, we don't know how deep this pool is, right?
You don't. All you can see is just like the white water of the sewer.
I'm gonna point at the pool below, and I'm gonna say, Rudyard, get in!
And you just watch Rudyard like, you're like looking through your pack, and Rudyard just runs by you and just leaps.
And if he's able to stand up in the water, I'd love him to hold Glod up from below. If not,
I don't think.
see
I
you
don't
later,
know, I
Rudyard.
don't know. Let's go with luck. Go ahead and roll me just a d20.
Sure.
Okay, it is. So Rudyard slams. He takes. So he falls 20 feet. Half of it because it's water.
Mm-hmm.
Takes 4 bludgeoning damage. He's like, the water impacts, and then he's like slams his ass on the ground, but then stands up as it's only about 5 feet tall.
Okay.
And he's just looking up at Glod with his hands raised.
Real quick, what's the zombies? Oh shit! Base hit points is 22,
22.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now he's at 18.
18. Alright, so right now, Luke's got him wrapped around the neck. Glod, your fingers are finally starting to slip as L. You have your lasso. L, give me a dexterity check, and we're going to add your proficiency, because we're going to do athletics, but we're going to do it with dex for accuracy. So just roll dex, and then we'll just add 3 to whatever you roll.
Is that how?
Just
Haha.
click right there. You go.
Okay, so L, you throw. Glod's dangling. I think it's the same idea. Like he's holding here, so you can't get around his arms. It's impossible. So his feet are
Get
dangling.
around his
So
head.
it's the same thing. Yeah, you lasso it, and it loops around his neck once again. So now there's 2 ropes surrounding Glod's neck. If you're grabbing one side, Luke's got the other. Rudyard's looking up at him. Magnus is yelling, "Catch him!" And that's when Glod starts to slip.
Grab each other's ropes, you know,
It's-
and hold yourself up there.
As you say that, Glod's fingers
I don't know if
slip
that's how
and he
it would
starts to
work, but-
fall. Luke, would you please give me a strength saving throw, and so would you, L.
Strength saving throw. Am I running the risk of falling down here?
My mask might pull you with me.
Because if it comes down to me or him, I will let go. I will let go.
So you don't expect the weight. You don't like Glod. How much do you weigh?
Let's see. I think it's on my sheet actually.
He weighs a lot for how tall he is, if I remember.
Right. That's.
I'm only 130 pounds. For
Okay.
four.
But Luke is also unprepared for an instant drop of 130 pounds. So Luke, you have it. You like wrapped your arm around the rope. You're grabbing onto him because you're ready to like hold him so he doesn't fall. And he goes down, and you start going down with him. Luke, you topple over the side. Man, you watch him like slide past you as Luke is now plummeting into this lower area. L, you hold on tight as Glod. You start falling straight down. And you start to curve, and you start going towards the side of the wall. Your neck
It's
starts
swinging
like,
towards it.
Yes, your neck instantly. You start to you have no breath. Like you're holding it for a second as it's starting to tighten around your neck. You slam into the wall. Would you give me a Constitution saving throw to see if you were able to keep like that last breath you have in you?
Oh man, this got hairy
Could I
real
not
quick.
Not great. Well, let's
Could I
see.
not have chose to let go when Luke let go?
Luke didn't let go.
Oh, I didn't let go.
Luke is falling.
apparently.
You watch at Luke
Poorly.
falling.
Oh,
With
okay. Well,
Luke's Tarzan right now, and Glod is the tree.
aren't they both Tarzan? Aren't they both falling?
Oh,
Yes, but so you hold that breath, Glod, as you slam against the wall. As you're grabbing onto the rope, struggling. Luke, you come swinging downwards. Glod, you then feel the rope pull you from below. Also, as Luke, you finally hit into the wall. Luke, you let go of the rope and you splash down another 5 feet into the water.
I close my mouth first. I don't want shit getting.
You
in
close your
there.
mouth.
Literally, I don't want.
As yeah, right now, L, you're in. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Hold on tight.
Yeah, no, okay. So, yeah, you're like, you see him fall, you're like, oh no! And you grab tighter, hold on, as now, Glad, you're hanging, legs dangling. Magnus, you're watching her, like, basically, like, stringing up Glad in the sewer.
I have a question. I have a possible solution here. So I'm still spider climbed,
Mm-hmm.
technically for like a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run up to the ceiling, pulling my rope off of my explorer's pack.
Okay.
I do have a 50-foot rope. Is there anything on the ceiling, a pipe or a board that I can like pulley
No,
it?
it's a dome, so it's just smooth circle.
Fuck. There's nothing above them.
No,
Well, the
there's
bridge.
The bridge is there. Yeah. There's also the sides of the walls. They could you could lower a rope and they could just try to climb up if you tighten it down. But Glad's hanging right now and he's slowly running out of air.
Well, I'm just gonna drop my rope to Glad over the edge instead of spider climbing up the ceiling.
Okay.
Hopefully, in a place where he can grab it with his hands, and then I can, like, Elle and I can start pulling him up. So...
And you that same thought, you watch as Elle with like the wisdom. You're watching as Glad is starting to get slowly raised higher and higher in the air. She's starting to pull him upwards. Glad, you're holding your breath. It's been probably a solid like 15 to like 18 seconds. It's probably been 3 rounds right now.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
While this is all happening, is there anything going on down here other than, you know, a zombie being like,
yeah, Rudyard has walked over to you and has his hands under Glad where he's at, just waiting to try to grab him. And you're like right next to him, Luke. The water itself is you can feel a current, like an undercurrent, but it's not very strong. In this case, where you're able to, and technically, I think actually you're swimming because it's 5 feet deep.
I'm treading water. I got
You're
you.
treading water at the moment.
So I'm dropping a rope over the edge. If Glad can't reach it, I at least am like, Luke, climb back up.
Glad, you definitely see the rope. Do you like reach for it?
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna try and pull him as hard as I can, at least to relieve some of the hanging that's happening.
Yeah, Elle's pulling him up. Glad pulls. You start like, Glad, give me an athletics roll to see if you can use the rope to give yourself some leverage to release that tension on your throat.
There we go.
All right. So, you're like the eyes start to like go black from the sides, and you're starting to lose vision. And you see the rope, and you grab for it and start to pull yourself up, and like you feel that strain in your neck release. You get that first breath is. Vision comes back as you hold on. You're coughing. Elle, you hear him coughing. He's not dead, which is amazing. But yeah, you guys.
Damn, we were so close.
You guys eventually pull him back up. You're still on the same side you started on, which eventually you let a rope down. Luke gets back up, and
Well, wait, can't Rudyard just lift Luke? Well, apparently not.
or you could at least hold him out of the water.
Well, I was like, couldn't he like hoist him back up on our side?
No,
possibly.
it's a 20-foot drop.
Yeah, but I have a rope dangling over from our side.
Right. Well,
Also, like, if Glad is climbing my rope from the other side of the bridge, how did he end up on the original side?
I thought you were on the same side as Elle, because otherwise there was no way he could get your rope. He's
Not even if I tried to throw it to him, because that's what I was assuming. I was still on the other side where I've been the whole time.
Gotcha.
Oh, I thought
Okay.
you spider climbed over to me.
Yes.
and
I
then-
was gonna spider climb to the ceiling, but Dungeon Master said that wouldn't work, so I just said I'd stay where I was.
Okay. Well then,
Oh.
hold on a second. We might have to revert. You might be strangling again. So I need you, Magnus, to give me an athletics with dexterity to see if you're able to accurately throw the rope to Magnus, because he's on the other wall right now. He's not in the middle. He's on the other wall next to Elle. As Elle's like pulling
Right.
him upwards.
I mean, also because I have spider climb, I'm gonna go as far out on the bridge as I can.
Yeah, you're as close as you can to you throw it. 14. Okay, yeah. So Glad, yeah, you see it. You grab the rope in front of you. He's holding on to it, Magnus, but he's still being pulled upwards by Elle right now.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say about
You
that.
gonna say anything to Elle?
I mean, you're choking him. What the fuck are you doing? He's secure. Let go of your rope, Elle.
I guess I'm just gonna let him fall into the water.
He won't though. He's got a hold of my rope now.
Yeah, so Magnus, she lets go. you get, this is when your vision comes back, because you start to feel yourself fall, Glad. Max, will you please give me a strength saving throw?
Can I not have it tied off?
You said you tied it off before, so yeah. So you're fine. You don't have to give me one. Yeah, Glad, you start to like swing outwards, and you're now dangling in the middle, like not in the middle, but you're like 5 feet from the wall on the opposite side, just dangling, and Magnus is above you.
So, quick question, Aaron. There wouldn't happen to be a ladder we didn't find earlier, would there? Because I'd feel real dumb right now.
There
if
is
there
not a
was.
ladder except for maybe in your bag of holding.
Oh, fuck. Why didn't you use the ladder? I'm gonna use the ladder to get up. What the fuck was it? I should have just built a trestle bridge.
Yeah, actually, you know, I'm a dummy too. I
That's right.
have two 10-foot poles on my robes of many things. We could have totally rigged a bridge with.
Oh man, it's amazing.
I have a rowboat.
But I got hung instead.
We could have just rowed across.
So we eventually all get back up, and on the other side, Rudyard included, you'd like tie a rope around and like pull him up.
We all hoist him together.
Yeah. And we'll take a quick like 2-minute break, and we'll continue on to see what happens in the next little part of Shadowguard, guys. Thanks, we'll be right back. And we are back. Thank you guys for waiting. We are all doing slightly better now. Got our drinks, used the bathroom really quick. Let's continue on. So you've all made it to the other side. Luke, this is like you getting, at least according to you, you pull out a ladder to climb back up and get out the other side, put it away. You smell horrible. You smell like Rudyard.
You know, is it too bad too early to go back and take a shower? We can salt this, another time, or.
They'll just stare at you.
So, okay, there. I go and reach into the bag for water skins.
This is why I need to learn
And, like,
prestidigitation.
Yes.
Okay. So, up ahead of you, you see like the tunnel goes for a little ways longer and then curves around to the right. You travel for probably another half hour or so. It's somewhere roughly around 5 p.m. now. When you come to a room that has multiple tarps and ratty tents, tent-like structures. You see like sleeping bags strewn across the room, across the floors, and just kind of going in there, you see a lot of like partially eaten food.
Fresh food? Edible food? Free food?
It's free.
Free of disease?
I mean, the first one you look at has a big like thing of mold on it.
Is it edible mold?
Give me an
Only one way to
investigation check.
find out.
I'm gonna go put it in the
Give me a
vial.
medicine check.
Alright,
Just eat it.
I'll give you a medicine check.
I mean, your stomach might get really upset from it, but you probably could eat it. Probably nothing worse than
Is
that.
it worth money?
No.
Oh.
But yeah, in this entire area, there's a bunch of strewn.
Does it
tents.
smell better than me?
Yes.
I rub it all over myself.
Now it smells as bad as you.
Well, darn, it didn't work.
Yeah, you guys are in this area. Do you continue along, ignoring the area, or do you?
Hell
What do you
no, dude! Loot this shit!
Yeah, I want to investigate. So it just looks like people have been camping and eating here in this room.
Give me an investigation check.
I want to like look around
with-
and.
I too
Let's do a group investigation.
do an
check.
investigation check.
Okay,
Awesome,
yeah.
I like this idea.
I just want to see like specifically if I can tell anything about the people that were staying here.
Sure. Elglod Magnus. 16, 17.
Yeah, L. Fuck yes.
Even with that, we don't. I mean, glad you can roll, but we technically don't need you to roll. So you guys look around for a bit. The best clues you can get from this area is that this is probably an area where bums, like, people that live in the sewer at. You see like cooking pots and small places for campfires and little like trinkets here and there of just junk. This place itself is completely deserted. There's not a single person in this area. The food itself, like I said, is partially eaten. And some of the stuff is still warm. It looks like whoever was here left quickly and in a hurry, leaving everything there. And there's probably 20 sleeping bags and tent-like areas strewn across this area. So, but looking around now, everything looks, I mean, it seems safe enough. You don't really see anything that seems dangerous. Like, if you wanted to rest, you probably could rest here.
Do we have any idea how many hours till sundown?
You've been in a sewer, but you do see like light through little spots here and there as you were traveling. It's somewhere around 5 o'clock right now. You probably still have 3 hours or so before probably have another hour and a half till dark, and about 3 hours till the fight.
Dude, we're gonna bum fight. It's gonna be awesome. Sorry.
What do you guys do?
There's an old halfling saying there that says, it's better to move forward than it is to stand still. I'm going to start marching in place
Okay.
and pointing in a direction.
Magnus is like, I'm ready to go. Let's continue forward.
I think Elle
These
has
people, if they were here, seem to have cleared out. This food is pretty old.
Well, you got something to say?
Yeah. Do I get luck die back on a short rest?
I do not know. Should be in the lucky feat, like in your feet if you open it up. Your
Oh,
character sheet.
I didn't even.
Like he's a feat?
Yes, lucky is a feat.
Why the lucky half?
You regain
Long
expended
rest.
luck points when you finish a long rest.
The last,
Okay.
in the last line. So you do not. Okay. You guys continue on then, or as far as I understand?
Yes.
Okay. So you continue onwards, traveling through some twists and turns, up and down and around this tunnel. Still the same thing, roughly about 10 feet tall, 10 feet wide. When you come to an area where you have to head south, as you then enter into a large room with 5 tunnels. 2
Ooh.
are on both, technically it's 6 tunnels, kind of the way you came in, but 5 other ones. There are 2 that lead north from the left and right of the entrance you came in, and there are 3 to the south.
I have a question real quick for Elle. Actually, for Jazzy, not Elle. Are you still mapping this at home?
Yeah. I'm
Awesome.
trying.
Super cool. I love that, though. What a classic D&D move to do. I feel like we're playing 2nd edition. So 5 ways to go we see open ahead of us.
You see 5 like tunnels. Yeah, I mean, if you go and search around a bit, you see that 2 of the tunnels that are the way you came from are both dead ends. Same thing with the grates. As you kind of sneak around the other side, you don't go. If you go in the tunnels, I can tell you, but looking just at the entrance of the tunnels, you just see a pathway. You get kind of a little view of different little areas in front.
I'd like to take a mirror out of my bag, attach it to a stick, and peer around the corner.
Okay. So how long is the stick? Like you just put it in
Depends. How long of a stick would I be able to find in a general store?
general
I
stores
have-
don't sell sticks.
Alright,
I
up
have
to 10 feet. I'm gonna add it to my ladder and just kind of like peek around the corner with the ladder, I guess.
Okay. You see darkness because there's no light to reflect on the mirror for you to see what's down the way.
Not even with dark vision.
Well, you can see the mirror, but you can't see what's. There's nothing reflecting in the mirror because the mirror can't see. The mirror doesn't have dark vision.
Would you like me to light a pebble and throw it down there?
You know, I don't think that's a good idea to tell somebody we are here in such a way.
What about El's Raven? I could always cast a light spell on that.
You know, you could do that, or you could have Reginald 2.0 there, just kind of blindly walk down a hallway till it finds something.
He can only go so far away from me, and he's not really able to communicate what he saw, so that doesn't help us too
Wow.
much.
Well, you know, it'd be, you know, at least know if there's something dangerous down there, because he wouldn't come back.
I mean, if that's the case, let's just start walking and following him. Make him stay out front. Quite a ways.
So, the real question is, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I remember this game from a child. I think that's fine.
Okay, put the ladder back in the bag.
Okay.
Wait, do I have a gaming set or dice? Because so we could roll a dice on it. No, I don't.
Okay. So who's going first? And which tunnel are you going through?
The one
Luke?
on the left.
It's one,
All right.
one on the left. Okay. So Luke. Luke's first thing, huh?
Well,
Luke's left. Where
Rudyard.
he's looking.
Yeah, the right tunnel, technically.
Oh, right tunnel. Okay.
Rudyard's gonna go out in front of Luke, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless you want me to shoot down the corridor and see what's down there.
All right. So you like you're kind of looking. You step into the little 10-foot long tunnel or so. As you step forward, you Rudyard's in the front, and as you get ready to come or you see just like the tunnel that you're at right here. It extends both ways, from what you can see.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just a wall on the opposite side to the south wall.
Okay.
As Rudyard takes a step forward, he starts to scream in pain as I think everybody sees, because you guys have a light. He watches this little drop of green slime falls from the ceiling onto his shoulder. And I need. Yep. So Rudyard takes 9 acid damage. It starts to burn and corrode, and you watch his shoulder dissolve. He turns and start pushes you all back.
Oh.
So that didn't work there. Maybe there's another tunnel to go through. Let's just try a different one.
Okay. So
I mean, was that a trap? What was that?
do you look around, or what do you do?
Let's not
Yeah, I'm
find
definitely-
out there.
I'm definitely going to. I'll pull out my bullseye lantern even and point it at the ceiling,
Sure.
even though I have very good dark vision. but
So
still.
you raise it at the ceiling, and just inside this tunnel, every which way you kind of look at the ceiling, you see this green slime covering and quivering along the ceiling in all directions, covering every square inch of the ceiling.
It seems to go further down the tunnel as well.
And I mean, from what you can see, as far as you can see, from this inside this hallway, it goes both ways as far as you can see.
Perhaps I should do a little experiment first. Do you mind, everyone? I turn and look at the party.
Are you gonna, burn it to death there, or?
Oh yes, I'm gonna blast the hell out of it.
Well, but by all means, there. I'm gonna go sit over here, far away from that.
Perfect. Rudyard, if you don't mind, just go sit with Luke for a minute. And as soon as
So,
they're out of range, I'm going to.
So you guys are all. So you're gonna be doing that. I just want to be clear as to where everybody's at. So
I'm over there.
So Luke, okay, you go to Okay, so Luke and
The doorway
Rudyard are
came
there.
in.
Vlad and El, where do you go?
I thought. Well, I was just gonna, or I was gonna hang back in the room and wait until
Okay.
they came back with something.
That's what Luke and Rudyard. You watch them walk from the tunnel and go up to the top right corner of the room.
Even Magnus is going to step back into the room we came from a little bit, just or step back as close as I can where I can still see the jelly on the ceiling.
But you kind of
And sorry, yeah.
Uh,
Instead of burning it, I'm going to try and ray of frost it to see if I can freeze it up.
I need to know where Glad's at.
So I'm probably back by Magnus with my bone round just to be paranoid.
Standing behind me.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay. So you go and you ray of frost as you aim at the ceiling. Yeah. So you shoot and it hits along like the corner, right next to it. So you're too far away from it. Like, but it mean you didn't hit.
I mean, it's a cantrip. Can I keep just trying to shoot it until I hit? Do I even need to roll?
No, I was gonna just kind of let you just do it. So you yeah. So you kind of look.
I'll just keep trying for like 5 minutes, like just spraying the ceiling of this first section of hallway with frost.
Kind of like how you put the fires out. Is the idea?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you step out and you start spraying it. It does start to freeze. As you get through one spot of it, though, you look back behind, and there's still like most of the patch has been destroyed, but there are still little bits left.
Yeah, it's not gonna stay frozen forever. My question is, though, I can discern at this point that it's not a creature; it's just an environmental hazard.
Correct. Yeah, it's definitely not. It's not like it's like dropping down, like coming towards you or anything like that. It's just kind of staying up there.
So Magnus is gonna be like, well, that seemed to work a little bit, but it's going to exhaust me if I have to do that to the whole hallway.
And you don't know how long the hallway is. Like, you look both ways. You do see the light from Rudyard in 2 other tunnels. So it looks like all 3 tunnels lead into this area. But you don't know if you should go left or if you should go right.
Well, I say let's check the other tunnel then, see if there's ooze in there as well.
Yeah, I mean, when you travel through each of the tunnels, all 3 of them, there is ooze on the ceiling. They're all connected, it seems.
Okay.
All 3 doorways walk into the same hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it goes like west to east.
But you can't tell if you should go east or west in the hallway.
Look down left, look down right.
They both look the same.
I say
I
we
look
head.
to my left.
I say we head east, away from the ocean.
I look right because the right is always the correct direction, according to Halfling lore. You know, I think we should go this way.
And he points
But
to
that's-
the west.
That leads us back towards the ocean, where we've come from already.
Yeah, but you don't know if it like turns around or you don't know if that's a dead end. This is as good as any other decision. You know halflings there say that the right decision is always a go right.
I guess you're right. It's the blind leading the blind anyway.
It really is. So, Magnus, you're gonna be just ray of frosting. I'm assuming you're gonna go to the farthest left tunnel, the closest to the west.
Mm.
And do it. And you're just gonna be ray of frosting the ceiling as you go.
Is that gonna like be real slow for us
It
traveling?
would slow you down. At the same time, you probably would suffer from like a level of exhaustion with the amount you have to take care of as you go down.
Okay. Well, before
Hey,
we go,
sir.
then,
Is there
Sorry.
some way I can use an umbrella?
do you have an umbrella?
I mean, I have a general store. I imagine I have an
You
umbrella.
can try.
Well, my suggestion was going to be I do have a rowboat that all of us could fit underneath. Could carry it over our head like a big 4-person umbrella.
To be fair, really, it would be Rudyard and I carrying it. if
I was
we
gonna
wanted
say
to
we
fit
got a
it.
big person, and then
Yeah, you know, it's kind of they're carrying the umbrella for us. You know, it's all good, El. You know, we would do the same for you if you were,
If she were what?
what's the word I'm looking for there? Appropriately sized.
Ah, yes. Yes, we would do it for you. If we weren't so
Appropriately sized.
inappropriately sized.
No.
I wish
We're
I was
appropriately
tall, but I'm
sized there.
not, so.
They're too freakish, you know.
If you can get Rudyard to help me, then sure.
He'll take most of the brunt. He's quite strong. I like tap Rudyard on his big, like muscly undead arm.
But you do that, like you kind of like your hand sinks in a little bit as the acid is wiped, like destroyed some of
Like
the muscle on his
flesh
shoulder.
just like comes off as goo on my hand. So the rowboat then?
Why not?
Okay.
Magnus says, "Okay, stand back," and like he takes his jacket off and like starts looking around his robe at all these patches sewn to it, and he's like, "Oh, there it is," and like tears this patch off, and when he does, it just like boom, like expands into like a quite large wooden rowboat, and like clunks on the floor and rolls to one side.
So then L and Raider flip it over and like put it over their heads, and the three of you get in the middle of it. I'm assuming L's in the front because you probably don't want Rudyard walking blindly.
Yeah, we gotta be able to see where we're going.
Right. So because L can at least hold it high enough to like look and peer. There are like the seats in there that you, L, and Rudyard can grab onto, so your hands aren't outside of the
Right.
rowboat. As you guys, get ready, you kind of look.
I want to do one more ray of frost to like spray the outside of the rowboat to try and coat it a little bit if I can. Imbue it, possibly.
Okay. Sure, it'll slow down anything that hits it, at least initially.
A little bit. The first couple drops at least. Maybe get us a little further.
Yep. Okay. So, L, you're sitting there in the hallway. Man, the frost is like emanating off of the boat. You're looking in front and you see, you have sight because of Rudyard's light. But you kind of see on the ceiling, you just see like this ooze, like the slime just wiggling back and forth on it. You just go for it? Do you say anything before you move?
Was previous slime not wiggling?
It was wiggling. Right now.
I don't like slime.
Is there anything different about it from the previous
No,
slime?
I'm just curious if you say anything before you just venture off into it.
No, I mean,
Any last words for this voyage?
this.
No pun intended.
It's. Let's hope this rowboat does the trick.
Is Elle wearing her bunny mask right now?
I'm assuming it's probably like up on her head so the ears are pointing this way, because otherwise it would be like getting messed up in the boat. I think it'd be
Yeah.
So okay, so yeah, you go, you run off, you all start just running along, and you hear just as you start to run, the frost layer is covering for the first good bit as you head west. You're going probably about 2-3 minutes. You go running, you start to see like acid start to burn through the rowboat as you reach the end of the hallway, L, and you see that you've reached a dead end. You guys stop for a second. You just start hearing it's like rain falling on the boat. And
I'm
all
like-
It's
around
time
you.
for you to go forward, L. There, you keep going.
Magnus is like, does anyone smell smoke? Like, as like acid smoke is just like rolling around the sides of the boat from it burning.
Well, there's nowhere left to go. This is it. That's the hallway.
Well, okay, Rudyard's in front. Like Magnus turns around like in her mind.
Are we relying on how fast Rudyard can go?
No, in a sense, you have always been relying on how fast Rudyard can go, because
Yeah, he's always with us.
he's always
Is he
with
the
you.
slowest?
Yes,
Yes.
he is. 20
By
feet.
5
No,
feet.
not anymore. I'm a cast Far Strider.
Okay.
We getting the fuck out of
So
here.
you guys can, like Magnus and Luke and Glad, you're dashing as L and Aim are holding, so you're all able to keep that like 30 foot of movement. You're moving along a little bit quicker. As now at this point, acid drips are starting to like burn holes into the boat. You run past like the first hallway you were at. By the time you get to the last one, most of the rowboat is now starting to dissolve. You guys continue onwards into the darkness,
No,
or you're like, oh shit, and you
no.
pull off to the side and like,
Pull off to the side.
I think Magnus is gonna be like, just keep going, and he's gonna start like both hands spraying like rays of frost and like just trying to run.
you keep going. Rest L, it's you and Rudyard. Do you keep going?
I mean, if Magnus told Rudyard to go, he has to go. So I guess I'm just following along.
Okay, so she goes along with it. So Luke, I'm assuming you go along with too. You guys continue to run, but and yeah, you just manage like shooting frost this way and up above you, trying to protect as best you can.
Elle wouldn't happen to have a potion of acid resist, would she?
Why?
That she stole?
Right. Oh, I have a bunch of. I don't know what I have.
Were you gonna say junk?
So didn't you lie to her about all the potions anyway, so she doesn't even know what they do?
She never even asked me. I could have identified that. We could have been acid resist on the boat. and
No,
just kept
as I
walking.
recall, you were like, this one turns you into an eagle. This one makes you smart. And you're just like handing her random bottles.
Yeah, but I didn't know what they were. She never bothered to find out.
Well, either way, Magnus, we're gonna go basis off luck to see how lucky you are at spraying. So go ahead and roll me just a d20.
I don't like this. It's gonna be a TPK.
I was gonna say I'll take the exhaustion if that's what I need to, but so D20 you said?
Yes.
Yeah, 12.
Oh, okay. 12 is good enough. As always, it's either a 10 or, or
10 or
below.
better.
Yeah. So, for the most part, Magnus, yeah, you're keeping up. Most of the boat is still dissolving, but you're at least blasting away. You still suffer from that level of exhaustion as you hit a T intersection once again. There's a pathway to the north that you see, and there's a pathway to the west, which has a door in front of it.
What's the door
so
look
to the
like?
east. It's to the east. There's a door. The door itself looks the same thing, like a rusty iron door.
Okay, and
It
you said
has-
what was the other thing? A door and
There's another tunnel that curves off to the north. On quick glance, you don't see any of the green slime on the ceiling that way,
Okay.
and the boat is like destroyed almost at this point.
So Magnus is gonna be like, well, ditch the boat. I don't think she's seaworthy. Like just like looking at this bowl
Just
full of
throws it.
holes.
Is it still raining acid?
No, he
Yes.
said there's no more acid.
No,
now.
it's like you have you're at the spot where you're like spraying up above. This is including that first level.
I'm looking through the general store. Anything that would help. Antacid. I don't give a shit.
No,
anything.
well, he's as long as we choose a direction to go, we're free. That's what he said, right? If we head on
Basically.
north.
You
Yeah.
go east to the door, the rusted door that has like almost like jail cell like window, or do you head north in the tunnel that is open but clear of slime?
As we approach the door with this like boat overhead, like them holding the boat over us, Magnus is gonna reach out and like grab the ring of the door and push it to see if it opens.
Yeah. Okay. So you go there. So yeah,
I'm just
you
checking to
push
see if it opens. I
It
didn't say I'm
is
going.
unlocked.
Okay. Magnus is gonna like swing it open all the way. Can I see anything inside from my vantage point? Like just real quick glance.
Yes, you see like quick glance. You see a bunch of people.
Like live people?
Yes, like people alive sitting around like a small like campfire, a couple different campfires.
This sounds like a good place to go.
Yes.
All right, so you shove it open and then just all like they throw the boat aside and dive in.
Oh, hey there, everyone. Fancy, meeting you down here.
They
Magnus like stands up panting and just like like brushing himself off as like all these people are just like probably looking at us like we're crazy.
They look at you and like they stare. It's kind of silent for a second. A bunch of them like stand up and they just start cheering. Like, yes, yes, we're saved.
Magnus
Yeah.
Has a surprised look. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, totally safe. So, what are we saving you from again? I'm sorry, I'm kind of forgetful.
What do you? We've been down here for like a couple hours. We got attacked by these things.
Things are very descriptive there. I see things all the time.
It was a beast with long, like big ears and fur, with a weird nose. I've never seen anything
Was
like
it like a dog? Was it like a
No,
a
no, no! It
jackal?
stood up.
Was it like a koala?
What's a
or one of
koala?
those like it's one of those crazy, weird kind of things that live in trees that get mad and die.
No, we're in a sewer.
No, it could come down in the sewer. It's not like anything. We're not normally sewer dwelling, are we? Yeah, we're still here. Kind of being rude, don't you know? You kind of jerks. Maybe we don't want to save you anymore.
No. We don't mean any insult by it. We don't know what it is. It's just a thing with long, pointy ears, fur covering
sure,
face, a weird like
You can,
snout, nose thing, and fangs.
You can start talking to my associate Elle here as I like tap her.
So you're here to save us?
I suppose we might all be here for that reason. Could you possibly be a little more descriptive about this beast?
Well, we were in where we live, it's a little ways down. We have tents and food and stuff like that. It came that way. You probably saw it.
We
Oh.
passed through there.
I rubbed the food that was on my jacket off.
Goes, yeah. And then this thing came just charging through, screeching. It looks like I guess like a face like a bat. But I mean, it was on two legs and had claws.
Magnus turns to Glod and is like, "Sound familiar, Glod?"
Can I make a nature roll? Or
Yeah, I think why
History.
don't I mean, you managed to go and give me one too, but let's see what Glod says first. The Glod nature managed to go see me one.
I can also give you one.
Yes.
Nature?
Yes. Alright, so
I technically have disadvantage because I'm exhausted.
I think you both recognize it. Glod kind of goes. You manage you're kind of confirming with Glod. You both recognize it as most likely a what's known. It's a fledgling vampire. It's one that has either been turned recently, that is just starting to has gone from like the cute child that you saw before, which is just gain its transformation to like full-fledged like young vampire. They're very
Okay.
bestial-like. They're not human, so they have like brown fur. Think like the man bat.
So I was more asking Glod like if this was the vampire he had fought before.
It does not sound
Sam's
like that
too
at all.
young.
Okay, it's not the same one. She's making more.
That's what I'm
I-
feeling.
So, should we kind of wait here and spring a trap on them? Or should we kind of,
I want to
wait
turn to the.
around, or...
In answer to Luke's question, Magnus is going to turn to the other people and say, "Are you prisoners to the beast? Is it coming back here, or you've escaped it?"
No, it hasn't. I mean, we ran through the slime. We lost a few to them. Did you happen to see their bones at least? Which you guys did not. They most likely were completely dissolved by the time you went through.
No, they must have taken a wrong turn and gotten out somewhere else there.
No.
Trying to build hope in these people, Aaron, because they're
They-
stupid and gullible.
They look at you and go, "No, they fell. And they fell in that hallway. They're not alive anymore." But-
Magnus smiles real big. He's like, "Well, that's part of life, isn't it?"
A couple of children start crying.
And like I turn to the Magnus is gonna turn to the kids and be like, "What? It's only death." And then he turns and like pats Rudyard on the shoulder.
They look at you confused, like, "No, it hasn't come back this way. It chased us down the hall, and then it turned. It went down the other tunnel. We haven't seen it come back since. It's been a couple hours.
Not worthy
But-
for a trap, it seems, Luke.
We can't go anywhere because," and they kind of point behind them, and it looks as if the sewer over there is literally fully caved in on all sides. Large, massive rocks. Like, there's no way to get through.
Is there any way we can do something to get rid of this acid that's really annoying? Like, if we were to somehow make a fire and smoke it to dry it out, would it stop dripping acid?
Why don't you give me it would just be, I think I rolled it. So it would be,
Intelligence?
yeah, just intelligence.
Do you need-
Straight
do you need
intelligence. Would just be intelligence. For what you know about this thing. I guess nature technically could work.
Nature's just a +3. I'll take the +6.
Huh?
13.
13. So you recognize, I mean, you recognized it, but it's, you're not really sure what it's from. Like, you've read up on it at some point in time, but you can't really recall ways to deal with. Which Magnus himself has removed a lot of it with the frost and stuff like that, but he's tired from it, and there's still somewhat because of how much there is. So, I mean, if anybody else wants to see what, maybe like, rack their brain to see what they know, they can.
Can I build something in the meantime?
What are you gonna build?
Flamethrower. something like the pump, something that can catch fire. I don't care if it does a lot of damage.
Out of character, I fully support this idea. This is turning into the thing very quickly, and I'm okay with that. And Luke is Kurt Russell.
What do you want? You know, it's like just something to spray the ceiling and then just light the flames up.
I'm sure you have enough little like doodads and whatnot and gadgets from the general store that you could probably make a simple makeshift flamethrower. But I need you to give me roll me your artificer tool.
Luke, you have goggles as well, right? So you can like
tinker tools.
Like I just imagine you pulling the goggles down first.
Wait, Tinker's tools.
Tinker's
Tools. 11.
11.
Unless you give me advantage for some reason.
No, I think you make. I mean, you're using like common stuff you find around the house. In this case, it'll work, but it's more of like a one-time use.
Just
Like,
get me down the hall.
It'll give you a good like 30-foot like, and then it'll just like kind of like a puff of fire, like a dragon's breath almost in a sense in a line, and then.
Do I want to use it now or do I want to save it? Decisions. Maybe if I had some help from an almighty brain. You know, brain, I don't often talk to you there. What kind of things or action should I be taking there?
Who are you talking to?
You're the brain.
The brain. What kind of action should you?
You're Luke's brain.
Your conscience and whatnot does not have a. It is also stumped as to what you think what is the best course of action.
You know, I think my brain's not there today, guys. I'm sorry, I can't really help you there. You know, how do you guys, how did you deal with the asset there the first time you came down here? Or, you know, does that nothing you've ever taken
We
care of?
ran, and they kind of point to some people where they have like massive burns on their bodies, and not all of us made it.
I see there. So, you know, Glad there, do you think fire would work?
Why don't you give me a knowledge check?
What's that?
Straight int.
Great.
I mean, fire always sounds like a good idea.
Hell yeah, burn it.
You know what? I think I like this idea there. I walk over to like the little grating and I like stick the nozzle through it and be like,
Okay.
flame the hallway.
So you flame the hallway. So, give you guys an idea about this one. So, you take, like you said, it's the fart noise. This entire sewer is filled with methane.
Oh, that's fine as long as it's not in this room.
You're in the sewer. So everybody
You
else
know
is kind of
what?
farther back as Luke. You set it through, pull it, and it explodes. Just fire erupts down all different ways. Luke, by the door, it bursts open and slams back into you as the flames erupt outside and around you. You all kind of turn and look, and you see Luke getting thrown flying backwards. As the flames just come out and start erupting, people panic. You have roughly like an action to do before these flames engulf you and everybody else.
That goes a TPK.
What do you do?
Blood.
I wish I had a blink spell.
I don't think I have anything that can help me here. I don't have any spells. Shit.
Well, Luke, you're like flying backwards. Like, you're midair right now. So unless you can do something midair, you're kind of screwed.
I'm gonna pray to God.
Which one?
Yeah.
The one that I worship, who's the elven one.
Serenus?
The
Yes.
goddess of death.
Save me.
You hear in your mind, why? Hang on a second.
I got great things to do.
Cool, dude, but I'm playing. You can't be in. One go. Thanks. Hey, close the door. No. Close the door. One second.
Responsibly, why not? Why not?
Hey, put it on the be right back screen. All right.
No!
That's why we have one. Yeah, he's back.
Kids, don't have him.
He's back. All right. So I finished my response, but like, why not? And I guess that's my action because I can't really do anything.
Right. So, Magnus, L, and Glad. So let's go with Magnus first.
Man.
They're all like people and like random things around.
So I get to an area where I have the most people surrounding me as possible.
Okay.
And I, again, open my fucking vest, look down at my robe, and I tear a patch off my robe of many things, which is a pit, a 10-foot cube, 10 feet on a side, which you can place place on the ground within 10 feet of me. And hopefully me and all of these people, I'm going to throw it right at my feet. And I hope me and all of these people fall into this pit in the ground.
I love it. So, okay. So, L and Glad, you both see like Magnus run, throw, and drop a pit. There's a 10-foot pit now in this room. But you watch some people just like collapse and like fall. It's kind of like cartoonish where they look down and then they...
Everyone's like, ah! And just like sinks into the pit.
As everybody takes 1d10 damage.
It's better. Hey, it's better than whatever that fire damage is gonna be. I guarantee it.
Or 1d6, sorry, not 1d10.
1d6. That makes more sense.
So they all take 2 damage. Some of the elderly like are knocked unconscious. Nothing's lethal in this case from the fall.
Sure.
And some of the adults break a bone or two and stuff like that.
Cool.
Vlad, L.
Can I dive into the pit?
Yeah,
That's what I was considering.
you cunning action and dash and jump into it as the flames are rolling over. Vlad, you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Vlad and L, give me dexterity saving throws. Okay. So, Vlad, you're closer than L is.
Fuck, die that.
So you go, we're just running, and you dive down and in as the flames erupt over. L, the flames envelop you as you dive, so you get singed by, or you get burned by the fire, but you dive and reach into the pit before it completely envelops you. You take...
I'm about to fucking die.
You take 16, or you take half that, you take 8. Luke, you can't make the save because you're mid-air. And you pray to your goddess. The only thing you have, the only slight little bit you have is the door that sent you flying, is covering at least some of the flames as they erupt over you. So you take full damage, but you take slightly less. You take 11 fire damage. It like envelops over the door and then burns you, and you slam into the ground, taking an additional 6 damage. And you just the flames themselves, the people that aren't in the pit just get burned and charred as the methane eventually dissipates. And the people in the pit, Magnus, you're like
Suffocation.
no, you're not dying from suffocation. There's still
Hey,
there's
no
still
air left.
there is still
It burned the methane, not the oxygen.
right, and technically it burns it for a brief second, but there's still holes and openings in the above.
Yeah, it's
so
not airtight.
for like a split second, there's nothing to breathe, and then it comes back in, like it rushes in the air to fill the space.
Does it smell fresh at least?
I mean, for a tiny bit.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So yeah, you are all in there, Magnus. You're like under a bunch of people that are like groaning and and then you realize that Luke is out there.
Yeah, so is Rudyard technically, and he only had 9 hit points left. Do you want to roll to see what damage Rudyard takes? Or he would take the 16, right?
I feel like you would take the 16.
Yeah. He immolates. Rudyard just falls into a burning pile of
I
bones
see.
on the floor.
Would you have given a command for Rudyard to go somewhere? You wouldn't like yelled for him really fast? No?
I don't think I would have had time to think about it as I ran, dove, and tore a patch off my jacket.
Okay. You like save myself. Rudyard! As you come out.
I mean, I know I can get Rudyard back. Like always, I
Right.
can make a new Rudyard, so I don't really care about that.
Okay, yeah, so Rudyard burns to a crisp. As like you eventually all kind of get up. You're in a 10-foot hole now.
So I mean, there's a bunch of people in here with me, right?
You,
I'm gonna, like-
you saved about half of them. There was about 20 people. About 10 of them fell, and it's about a foot per, cube or so. They were really tightly packed.
Magnus is gonna stand there like, okay, everyone, just remain calm. Help me get out of the hole so I can help all of you get out of here. And I'll see if they'll like lift me to the edge of the hole.
I think you get probably picked up by Elle.
Okay. yeah.
She's tall. She has it easy. She just kind of lifts you up, and you're able to grab the side and pull yourself up and over. And you see Luke laying there on the ground, just.
So I want to go check
little bit of
Luke's condition
flames.
immediately, like before even helping Elle up. I'm like, Elle, I'll be right back. I'm checking on Luke.
All right.
Run over to his body, bend down, medical examination real quick.
Are you dead, Luke? You should have medically examined him, and you just hear. "Ugh."
And then I'm like, he's alive, Elle, he's alive. And then I'm like, where's Glod?
Go up
I
to
read
the
my-
pit, right?
Do you respond from the pit?
I just, wave my arm up.
I'm like, oh, there he is.
It doesn't exit the pit, but
So I'm gonna bend down. I'm gonna pour a healing potion into Luke's mouth, which means I only have one healing potion left, and it's what, 2d4 plus 2?
Yes.
3.
Yeah.
Woo!
Crit.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, baby.
Perfect
You
roll.
get 10 HP left. So I pour it in his mouth, and I'm like, oh, hopefully this helps.
Tasty.
Oh, he's okay. And then I pull a little can of pudding out of my pack, and I'm like, here you go, buddy.
I forget to mention about the ladder I was about to tell him about.
And then I go back over to the hallways eating the pudding and start like trying to fish people out with my tiny short little arms.
Yeah, Elle's like picking up the children and whatnot, and you're kind of doing a little makeshift thing here. And then some of the adults that aren't completely injured are like helping out. You eventually get everybody out. The hallway, when you kind of re-inspect it,
Is there
Luke, you-
anything left in the hole, by the way?
dirt hole.
There's no like someone left something behind, bag or book or anything.
They don't really have anything. They left everything in the.
I
Other
just want a
place.
reason to take the ladder out to go back in.
No, they left. They left their.
Well, as the last person out, do I have a way to get out?
I mean,
I
you're-
have.
I'll get her the ladder. I'll just be like ladder.
So you pull a ladder out of your bag of holding?
Mm-hmm.
Magnus is gonna be like, what the hell, Luke? You had a ladder the whole time?
Yeah, I can't forget I keep having it.
Okay, whatever. I'm like, get up here, Elle. Like we hoist the ladder down in the hole together.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's when you kind of all turn and look, and you see that the hallway is completely clear of the slime. There's just like black char marks on all the walls everywhere.
Can you
all-
roll to see how many dead bodies there are in here
There
now?
are 10. There are
Excellent, I can add 10
there
people to
are
my innocent
11
victims.
dead bodies. Counting
Should I
Rudyard.
Should I keep count of all the innocent victims I've taken in this campaign? I think
Yeah.
I'm at 12.
Because you saved half of them, Magnus.
This is how the campaign goes. Luke kills a bunch of innocent people. I try and save them,
nothing new.
even though I don't really give a shit.
To be fair, I followed Glod's advice.
I mean, I'm not giving you crap for it, or Magnus definitely is it, because he didn't stop you. He was like, yeah, let's try it. Let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I know about dead people, not about explosive gases. Not my forte.
About biochemistry.
I will say Magnus is going to start like trying to drag all the bodies to one side of the room and ask the peasants in there to help him do so. And if they argue, I'm just gonna be like, I'm trying to give them their burial rights so they don't rise from the dead.
Okay. And I don't think they really argue that.
Well, it's like their loved ones and stuff, But so hopefully they help me pile some of the bodies on one side of the room.
Just put him in the hole. It already exists.
Yeah, that's true. It is a grave. I'm gonna tell people to start helping me drag them into the hole.
Oh, yeah, they start doing that. They throw them all, and Rudyard gets tossed in with them. And you perform a kind of a grandiose burial rites, which these people normally would not have ever gotten. So they
Right.
they're kind of very respectful about that. I mean, even though the flames happen, they don't blame you at all for it. I mean, wouldn't know you, and the slime's gone.
So Magnus is gonna turn to all the people. Magnus wants to turn to all the people and be like, they're at rest now. None of you need to be sad. I don't understand why you would. He like mumbles to himself. He's like, but there's no need to be sad. They've all moved on.
They kind of look at you and just thank you. At least this way they'll come back or at least their souls will be at rest when they go, hopefully. But they won't turn into one of those things. Okay. And they just we don't have anything to give you, but I mean, if the thing is still out there, if you think you're strong enough to take it on, it went to the north.
Yes, you don't worry about us or any payment. I'm like, it's our job, and I like flash my Shadowguard badge, and I'm like, the hallway should be clear of the slime. You can all head back out towards the town.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And then they kind of like all scurry off.
And then I'm gonna turn to the rest of the party and be like, well, it worked, kind of.
And that is where we end the session.
Again, why do you people keep letting me do shit that results in bad things happening?
What else were we gonna do, man?
It was perfect. I loved it. It was amazing.
No one could have foreseen that.
No, not at all. So, thank you all for watching. We will probably next session finish up this little sewer adventure and see maybe start the brawlers fight. It'll be interesting. So you can check us out next time, next week, and Wednesday, as far as I know, unless something changes, at 6:30 Central Time or 7:30 Eastern. You can catch me at twitch.tv/Melwind. I stream a game known as Petty Squabbles on Sundays at 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 Eastern. Check me out there. That campaign will probably wrap up in the next 6 months or so, I'm hoping. And then I'll do some Monster Hunter stuff. So, that's all I got, Charlie.
Just make sure to go give Dungeon Master ML a follow. Petty Squabbles is a lot of fun. His Monster Hunter homebrews are legendary if you're a D&D head and a Monster Hunter head. And he's nice enough to come over here and Dungeon Master on our stream, so definitely give him some love. Make sure you give us a follow on the Twitter, on the Facebook, Chop Shop Network, on everything. And make sure, more than anything, you follow us on our YouTube channel. You can find all of the backlog episodes of Shadowguard on there. This episode will be up, not today, but it will be up by Friday. And yeah, most of all, make sure you check the YouTube, because right now, right after we end this stream, we're going to have a 5 to 15-minute conversation off stream. We're going to record it. We do a little after the game post-session show. We're going to discuss the session. We're going to discuss our characters, what we thought about what happened, and about what we want to do next time. So definitely check out the YouTube for that little exclusive YouTube content with all us Shadow Guardians chatting about the game. And most of all, stick around, because in 30 minutes we will be right back, and I will be dungeon or game mastering Space Case, our Stars Without Number podcast and stream. So yeah, we'll be back in just a few minutes. So go eat a sandwich, clean behind your ears, come back and say hi.
Thank you, everybody. See you later.